are now unmuted on my end.
Hello everyone. Hopefully it works. Yes, and my stream is also online. So hello everyone to a stream with many miles away, and we will play a bit of War Thunder.
Hello.
So I'm a guest on your stream and you are on mine, I guess. So.
Oh yeah, guestception. Let's do this.
So, what do we start? Let's, I think, do some low-level Germans, 3.3.
We can do that. Do you want to give people a couple more minutes to filter in, or do you want to just jump right in?
Well, let's jump in and then we can answer the questions and everything else. So I had 3.3 for the Germans. Is this okay for you? Ground battles realistic.
Check. Yeah, that looks okay to me. I've got a lineup ready to go.
Can you invite me to the squad? Because I never figure out the squad mechanics except invite. And now I need to ready up, right? Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let me throw on a silver lion booster. What the heck?
Ah, yeah, lion. I have a plus 15%. So hey Francis, we fly planes. We'll do ground battles realistic. So if I make enough points and timing is good, I will fly some planes. But mostly I will be sitting in tanks.
Yeah, flying planes can be problematic. You can crash.
Yeah. Especially the 110, which I look at it. I played a few weeks ago with Chris, and this thing doesn't pull up at all.
Yeah, if you get it going too fast, it's just like, hey, my elevators don't work anymore, crash.
Yeah, that's basically always if you want to do some ground pounding, so...
Hello there, Milo. Hello, some random guy on the internet. Unicorn review when? I'm hoping to have one out in time for Christmas.
Breslau.
Because I've only got next week. I finished up all my classes yesterday. And I've got next week, I've got finals, and then I've got the week leading up to Christmas to make that review. So that'll be the week that I put everything together.
I think I never played this map before, Breslau. North or south?
I'm gonna go north.
Okay.
To be fair, I've maybe played it like 3 times.
So it's pretty new, I guess. I take the Puma.
Okay.
So I will rush A. I will try to rush A, let's put it that way. Why is my Puma so slow?
It might be the terrain.
I mean, it's a road.
I think this road might be medium terrain. Like it's not hardened, compacted, or something like that.
Okay. That's a great start. Oh, return to battlefield, fair enough.
Jesus fucking Christ, the alerts on my freaking stream are just so loud. Okay.
A question for both of you, how has your day been? Mine was pretty chilled. Did some low-level organization stuff. So how was your day, Miles?
My day so far has actually been pretty decent. I was just making some adjustments. Yeah, my day has been pretty good so far. I made myself a proper breakfast this morning. I got a great night's sleep, actually, because I didn't sleep the night before. I was too busy playing Halo.
Halo Infinite, I guess.
Yeah, and I was playing Halo Infinite this morning before we started streaming. I've been having fun. It's great.
Yeah, I saw a few clips so far, but I think... Okay, I'm almost at A. I have no idea where to hide here, but...
You'll like this. Microsoft Office says, War Thunder really makes for a good World War II German experience. I can't supply my repair costs with the amount of silver lions I have.
That's a good one, man.
Logistics? What are those?
I mean, the whole logistics question is quite interesting because when I talked to James Holland on this podcast lately, and he said he thinks German logistics were excellent or really good and he referred to the Italy, and basically said it's quite amazing that under the air superiority of the Allies and the whole terrain that they actually could supply anything to the troops. So it's a bit of it's really a difficult issue. I'll try this to start a bit of a discussion on this in my video on why German logistics were so bad, or supposedly.
Life, by the way.
You saved me, okay?
There was a T-34 right next to you.
Oh yeah, this one. I wondered who killed the other guy there, but I guess there must be another one as well, something else.
No, I'm pretty sure it was the T-34.
Did he kill the other one? Yeah, I didn't watch the still feed. So what are we gonna do now? Ideally, you lead because I don't see anything in this game.
Well, the only reason I see things is because I'm familiar with the maps, and I'm not familiar with this one.
I mean, my vision hasn't adapted to camouflage tanks yet. I played the game so much before all these bushes and everything on tanks were introduced that I still can't see them. Once they kill me, I realize, oh yeah, there is a... So we're going in the water. Fair enough.
Yep.
I didn't suspect we could even do this.
I didn't think so either. The first time I fell into the river, I thought I was dead, and then I realized, oh.
You can drive.
I can drive. Congratulations, we are now Tauchtpanzer.
Hey, Ranger and NCR. Nice to see the German on the stream. Might if I hop in the squad? No calm, of course. Yeah. Oh, that's a friendly. Miles, do you mind if a Ranger NCR drops in?
Yeah, that's fine.
So send a message on War Thunder to what is your name there, or?
It is many miles away, all one word.
Okay, send him a message and note you are Ranger NCR, and then he adds you to the squad. Of course, more people are asking. Now I know Ranger NCR, so he gets a bit of a special treatment, guys.
Yeah, all good.
You probably have now 20 messages with, hey, I'm Ranger NCR. I think I saw something move right in front there. There was something on the
bridge.
No, right to the building there, but it moved from left to the from right to left. I'm still.
I saw a tree go down over here. I think something just knocked that tree down.
Oh, there was something again, or was this
Sherman. Got him. He's took me.
Oh no, something here.
Oi. Oh yeah, good shot. Oh, damn it. Reloading. Oh, and I just lost my gunner.
Critical hit.
Oh, there's a chaffee. Close. Very close.
Dropping smoke because I haven't. Ah, you're still alive.
Okay, I'm good.
Did the smoke help in any way?
No.
I mean, it probably helped me. I will try to help you. Oh, repair. Oh no. If I don't hit anything.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'm helping you hold. Oh, I killed that with my artillery.
Hey!
It's a lucky shot again. It was actually the guy I damaged before.
Okay.
So there was where I saw all the enemies moving before, I think.
Yep. We got lucky on that one.
Yeah, extremely.
Last played, they buffed artillery damage.
It looks that way.
So you can now kill people with the overpressure waves from the artillery shells.
Oh, nice.
And now, granted, it really only affects people if it can find a way into the tank, i.e. through a penetration or it's an open-top vehicle.
Okay, the info asked how far you on the German territory. Remind me when we're in the lobby again, then I can show you all my territories, all my German territories.
Yeah.
It's probably easiest. Oh, a P-38. Oh no, is this a Swedish? No, it's a P-38, I think.
Yeah, it's the P-38. I'm gonna see if I can try to shoot him down. Oh, never mind. Oh, you gonna be able to get up that? Oh, hello.
Who is?
German, out. And I just died. P-34. Behind us, I think.
I was right on target to click and then he killed me.
Oh god, I forgot I have this thing. Hang on.
So let's take out my... Let's take out my Focke-Wulf.
Oh, that's much better.
Creamy Sheaf Palpatine. Love the content, thank you. Question for you, what's the topic you're interested in but haven't covered yet? Oh, so many.
That's kind of the point of the channel, isn't it?
Yeah, on top of my head, Panzer Division 44 is something I wanted to do in 2017, in early 2017, and haven't so far. So, oh, there's an enemy? There was something moving? I mean, the AA is firing at something for sure. Oh yeah, there is. And I lost him again. No, here he is.
Hey, Barca, thank you for the 37 months, and Venji, thank you for the 18 months. Venji asks, how am I liking Halo Infinite so far? I love Halo Infinite. It is...
Nice! Woo-hoo-hoo! Ah, damn it. How I look? Where is he? I critted the Corsair. Oh my god.
Oh, he's down low behind me. Down over here somewhere.
I lost him again.
Yeah, he's over there in that direction. In relation to me. Oh yeah, he's climbing back up, I think.
I don't see... Can you shoot with a machine gun or something?
Unfortunately, I do not have one.
What are you? Where is he?
I'm in a 251 with a Pack 40 on it.
Okay, fair enough.
I am desperation incarnate.
Okay, that's 50 kills from the ground. Where is he, damn it? Critted a Corsair and then I can't finish it up.
Yeah, Shadow Tro, they just introduced that recently.
Oh, he's behind me, of course.
Sorry.
Lost him again? Oh, here he is.
Yeah, if you have an event vehicle, like a rare event vehicle in your tech tree, it will now show you which event that you got it from.
Somebody killed him. Okay, fair enough. I'm really blind.
Well, we're just getting warmed up here.
There is AA. Oh, what? Why is something exploding between the airfield and the battlefield? Did somebody drop their bombs?
Yeah, it's possible. Somebody may have ditched them.
Yeah, let's not fly over the... Okay, there's not much time left, so let's do some ground pounding.
Oh. Hello, Mr. T-34. You just got killed by a half-track. How does that feel?
Oh, finally a plane, of course now. Oh no! Oh yeah. Well, should have dived. Dove? Should have dove? No.
Dove, yeah.
Should
Dove is
have,
the word.
should have dove. Sounds rather weird, but fair enough.
English conjugations are weird in general, so.
Is this a press account or a personal account? It's a personal account. I don't have a press account.
Gaijin doesn't do press accounts anymore. They haven't done them for years.
And I wouldn't play on a press account.
No.
I mean,
no reason you would ever use one.
I have used press accounts for game footage for World of Tanks, and I think World of Warships as well for sponsored videos. But outside of that, I think I never had access to a press account.
Yeah, Gaijin used to do press accounts for their YouTube program a long time ago. Before my time, even. For people who don't know, I am a War Thunder YouTuber. I just haven't produced any War Thunder videos in a while. But they used to do them a long time ago, and then they decided that it would be much more efficient if they just gave people only precisely what they needed.
Yeah.
On their personal accounts, rather than just giving them access to a press account.
So let's take a short look at my trees. So this is my German tank tree. As you can see, it's only to rank 3. I have some rank 4 vehicles. I actually have the Tiger 4, 6. I actually have both King Tigers. Okay, I didn't know that. As you can see, Panther A, I have barely researched. I have the Arc Panther. I also didn't know I had that one. So I'm not playing that often, as you can tell, lately. So yeah, basically rank 3 I have mostly unlocked, besides the new vehicles, Shura, Emil and Nasam, which are not new by now, but were at one point. And here complete rank 1 it seems, and complete rank 2. For aviation I should have way more. Yeah, because I played this way more. So here I've actually up to the 163B. I have the Arado C3 and the B2. I have the Unicorn M60 262. I have the Hornet. The Hornet. I'm a bit overworked, guys. And I have the MiG-15 BIS actually, yeah. So I think for the Germans I have the most. So for comparison, I think here in the profile you can actually see how many vehicles I have, yeah. So I have 148 German units, 118 Soviet, 92 American, then 72 British, then 58 Japanese, and then 20 Sweden, 12 France, 12 Italy, and 4 China. But I think I never played China, so these are basically the stock units. As you can see, I'm mostly Eastern Front, so Germany 148 and Soviets 118. As you can see, with the Soviets I have 50 elite units, and with the Germans 63. So I hope this answered the question about the trees. Did you get a message from Ranger?
I did. He's in the squad.
Oh, perfect. So then I will repair my. Where's the repair button? My vehicles.
I think you just right-click on them and you can repair them right there.
Okay, I'm ready again.
Okay.
Did you play the last crafting event? No, I don't even know when it was. I think I was thinking about one a while ago, but then I didn't. Yeah. So I actually barely played the events even when I was playing a lot on this game. The last major event I remember was getting into the closed beta for the ground forces, which was probably in 2012. And I know I played too much War Thunder back then. It basically burned me out a bit on the game.
I know the feeling.
Did you play Enlisted yet? No, but I know many miles have done it a lot.
It's very fun.
I assume so. I might take a look at it. Which do you prefer, World of Tanks or War Thunder? War Thunder. So for me, my main problem with World of Tanks is the spotting mechanics. I never got used to those. and since especially since there was crew skill, and I actually think I only managed one tank, if at all, to get the crew to 100% to actually learn the Sixth Sense skill. So that was probably one of the major aspects, and I really liked War. And I think I played War Thunder actually way before I played World of Tanks. Also, could be. I mean, I played War Thunder a lot.
Did you first try World of Tanks due to a sponsorship?
No, I had it before. I remember I played it before because I remember before I had a YouTube channel, I think I teamed up with two Germans I met online or something, and we actually rushed together the enemy with 3 tanks and basically captured the flag.
Oh, okay.
And it was just pure luck because we never were able to do it again. I think we also played a few games. I can't even remember. I think this was in 2011 or 2010 or something.
Oh man,
it's
ancient days.
Yeah, well, maybe it was 2014 or no 15 or something. I don't know. I lived somewhere in Germany, but I lived in various places in Germany at various points in my life. So. So,
I like Enlisted. It's fun.
North or South spawn?
Ooh, I'm gonna go North spawn. By the way, I had somebody from my chat join us. That joins me regularly.
Perfect.
So we're North spawned.
Okay, I take the Puma again and try to rush A again.
All right.
That's the easiest way to get some points if you don't see the enemy. In the last crafting game, people had the chance to either get the prototype Leopard with the Autolo or an American jet that played to earn and the tank. Oh, nice. Congrats. So the Leopard won, I guess.
No, it was a prototype of the Leopard 2.
Ah, okay.
It was part of the Kampfpanzer Keile program. Which was sort of the predecessor to what the modern Leopard 2 is. Basically, the Leopard 2 originally started out as an improvement to the Leopard 1.
Okay.
They made a bunch of prototypes that looked like Leopard 1s, just souped up.
Yeah.
And the event vehicle was one of those.
Ah, okay.
But it had an autoloader in the turret. They were just trying stuff out.
Yeah, I imagine. Was it influenced by the how's it called, the main battle tank 70?
Not really. They actually started doing it the way they did it because of the MBT-70, because they were under contract, I believe, with the United States, that they couldn't develop any new tanks, like any new main battle tanks, alongside the Kampfpanzer 70.
Okay, enemy is in the A spawn because I'm losing actually the.
That just means there's somebody on the point.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see him. T-50. I hit him once, but only 3 guys of the crew were injured. Oh, was this my crew? No, I think this was his. Yeah. 3 guys of his crew are injured, but he killed mine. Teabagger with Teabagger actually, yeah, with German T. So let's take the. I hope NCR Ranger killed him. He's still alive, I think, yeah. But he's repairing.
Where did that other vehicle go? I think Ranger is having trouble.
I guess so. Yeah, I was killed, damn it. Artillery on his position.
Wait, really?
You were killed by 105?
No, that was Venji. I appreciate it, NCR.
Oh, there he is. And right. Revenge. Got my first T-34. Okay, let's change position. Okay, there's an enemy over there. I don't see him. Yeah, I see him now. Oh, damn it, I hit the house.
There is an M4 105 on me. That
Really?
was a very smart move, Mr. 105.
I hit his. Okay, fair enough. I think so. I predicted this in the comment section. Okay, but somebody mentioned why is the driver's hatch or something of the T-34 so strong? And now I hit it and nothing, and it just bounced, or the optics went dark, and then he shot and killed me.
Yeah, the driver's hatch of the T-34 is double the thickness of the front armor.
That's
over double the thickness.
That's not. Is this historically accurate?
Yes. The driver's hatch is like 70 millimeters, somewhere around there, whereas the frontal armor is 34, 35. I forget what it's. No, 45. I'm sorry, so it wouldn't be double.
The question is if you hit it that way. Oh. Yeah. Ah, okay, that was a T-80. I was wondering, why does he have such a high rate of fire, but then he bounces all the time?
Okay, I just hit the track of a vehicle I can't see.
Yeah, I see it now. It's... That's... I hit a part of his gun. I think it's a Su-122. Yeah, I think his gun is out. I needed to know the weak point. I killed it. And it was a Su-122. Fair enough. At least I can identify the things. Yeah, get out of...
Showing improvement. Proud of you.
Ranger, be aware there's an enemy plane coming in. Yeah, okay, there's a burning engine. And you died already, so... Oh, damn it, no, he's coming for me! Drive! Haha!
Give us a rant about the Aero C map? What's wrong with it? I like the Aero C map. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but I don't mind it, actually.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Oh, that's a PE-2. Oh no, that's not a PE-2. That's one of those weird Russian prototype things. I know, very descriptive.
The Tsyasma or something?
No, Yak-2 KABB. And that's the second time the guy's killed me.
Oh, Teabagger also shot down. Yeah, he killed me.
Oh. Apparently he's a fan.
Yeah, I mean, the one guy kind of knew exactly where I was with the burning engine, so I was like, I don't know. It's just... But it's always, if you're streaming, you always have the feeling, am I stream sniped or not? There's a lot of dead things over there. One of my corpses.
Benji, you got somebody above and behind you, but they're not going for you.
Okay, something was moving here. T-50. What? I shouldn't have moved out. I thought he's gone for sure. Yeah, okay. The whole crew in a row. Yeah, he know exactly where to shoot. Yeah, my fault. I should have moved out. I was like, should I stay in cover because he has a harder time spotting me. Okay, this is. You don't get points for those anymore, right?
You do.
For shooting down the balloons?
Oh no. You haven't had those in a while. Haven't had that in a long time. I remember when that was a thing, and everybody just immediately
Yeah,
opened
yeah.
fire on the balloons as soon as the game started.
Oh, that's a friendly. Oh no, I'm getting strafed. Teabagger again.
Yeah, he's doing really well on the enemy team.
He only has one engine left. Shoot him.
I critted something on his plane.
Yeah, GG. There's a two guys of the squad of a clan or something, and there are 4 guys in a. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing really well this game.
Yeah, I guess they're also rather professional. I mean, yeah. They are organized. You know what I mean. So I have time for now chat. So ideally, add military is visualized before it so I can easily see it. Least favorite German tank in War Thunder. I don't know, Infoman. It's with all the least and best. I always have a hard time. This is.
That's really a better question for somebody who plays the game all the time.
Yeah, that's also.
I'm referring to me.
And the thing is also, what you define as I mean, favorite is more easier than best. Yeah, favorite. Yeah. I mean, for a long time it was the Panzer III with the long barreled 50mm. And for planes it would be easier. It's usually the Focke-Wulf 190. I mean the D13 I played a lot. I mean it's a premium one I bought. And I mean the Puma, I really like the Puma, but then is that a tank? Technically not. Why I'm following some random guy, not you? Ah, here you are. Ah, you have that one. Nice.
Oh, you're talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about your Sonderkraftfahrzeug 251-21.
Yes, that one. I've heard that this thing is referred to as a drilling, but I don't.
Yeah, drilling.
Okay.
Because it's a triple gun.
That's what I would assume. Drilling is triplets, right?
Basically, yeah, triplets, yeah. Or triplet actually. Because drilling would be triplets and drilling is a singular is triplet. But I don't know if that even works in English.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so yeah, it's drilling because it's a single triplet. I remember.
Everybody's recognizing me.
Pardon?
Everybody's recognizing me in game.
Yeah, I mean, you're a quite well-known War Thunder streamer, right?
Define well known.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there are way larger ones, I think, out there, but...
I've been around the block a few times. We'll
yeah.
put it
Who are the biggest ones?
that way.
Fly Daily?
Fly doesn't really stream very much, but he is the biggest War Thunder YouTuber.
Ah, yeah, of course. There's also the difference between streamer and YouTuber. I always forget that, yeah.
I would say the biggest streamers right now are probably Justin Plays and Jean-Claude Van Schott.
Never heard of those two names at all.
Jean-Claude Van Schott is fantastic, and Justin is a really cool dude too.
He dropped the torpedo at you? No, it was a rather long bomb.
It was a bomb. A very large bomb, but a bomb nonetheless.
So I'm the only guy on our squad that's dead.
Don't worry, I'm not really doing much either. Oh, there we go. I finally killed something.
Nice. So guys, now is the best question to ask, best time to ask me questions, because now I'm not preoccupied anymore. And it will change soon again.
Chimbino, thank you for the compliment, man. Appreciate it. He says, Miles and MHV love your guys' stuff.
Thank you very much. Rob Tihai asked, are you missing any World War II tank in War Thunder? I don't think so. Is there anything? I don't.
Repeat the
I
question.
mean, do you miss any World War II tank in War Thunder? I mean, what could be interesting would be the RSO Park, but that's not a tank again. The Raupenschlepper Ostpark, and it's also an awful vehicle, but it could. I could imagine that it could do rather well in War Thunder. I mean, it's too slow. That's the main problem, I guess.
Is that the RSO tractor with the Pac 40?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the rolling coffin east.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job with representing a vast majority of German armored vehicles. I mean, there's always weird variants and one-offs
Yeah.
that they can add. I mean, like there's a number of modifications of the 251 that they haven't put in.
Yeah, of course, but then it's mostly after. I mean, for me, probably post-war it would have been, but they added it recently, the Weasel.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a couple Weasel variants that we can still see.
Yeah. I mean, there's. Do they have the one with the toe? I mean, there's also the Weasel 2.
Yes,
The Weasel 2 with the Mörser would be interesting, with the mortar.
Well, there's also a number of other variants that were like experimental that they could add.
Yeah.
There's one version that I lovingly call the Box of Doom.
What is that?
Where it's got a stabilized optics mount, like turret, on top of a Weasel 1 hull with a 20mm on one side that's stabilized and a hot ATGM on the other.
Okay.
And it can raise the optics up above the vehicle like a telescope or a periscope.
Ah, yeah. I mean, I think that they had a Recon variant which did this.
Yeah, but this one is also armed with a 20mm and an ATGM, and then there was another one which has a rotary 30mm cannon and an ATGM.
Okay, so a rotary, you mean a Gatling, like?
Not a Gatling, it's a rotary chamber gun, like an aircraft gun. So it's like a revolver.
Ah, okay, yeah, now I get it. Not barrels, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, chambers. And that, I believe that was the RMK-30 cannon? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But yeah, there's some neat variants that they could add, and apparently there's also a variant that I hope they don't add anytime soon, because it would be broken as hell, which mounts spike non-line of sight missiles.
Oh yes.
Which make missiles like the Javelin look like toys.
So that's a rather new variant of an ATGM, right?
Yes, that's a missile that you can just fire up into the air and it will find targets on its own.
Oh yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Yep, and the vehicle just has to know that there's something out there worth shooting at. And he just fires a missile, and the missile kind of just goes off and does its own thing.
So it basically arms after a certain distance, I guess.
Yeah, it arms after leaving the launch tube, and the operator can even there's a camera mounted on the missile, and the operator can TV guide the missile onto a target.
Nice. And is the connection with a cable, or is it radio?
No, it's radio, I think.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's radio. But yeah, you don't have to have visual line of sight on the target, you just have to know that something is out there worth hitting.
Wait, why is his name Vengeneer and Eye of the Tiger?
That's just the title.
Ah, okay, I get, yeah, because I was like, I'm confused. He's doing really well.
Yeah. He's carrying us the entire way through.
So Cesar Borjal asked, how often do you stream? Generally not very often. Basically a few times a year, but usually in December it might happen that I stream quite often. I mean, I think this is the second stream this week, or third one, and there will be another one tomorrow with Wolfpack 345, and likely another one next week or something. So yeah, it's basically I finished all the content for this year, and now I'm more in a relax or chill mode. So, and I finally have time for some streaming, because usually I'm too busy making videos. So I thought, yeah, okay, let's do some streams. Have some community interaction and also have some fun. And also see how people react, because it's quite interesting how many people keep watching or not keep watching, and yeah. And how people react.
In other words, he's on vacation, people.
Kinda.
Or he's on holiday. As everybody else seems to say.
Yeah, it's a mix, because you know streaming is also not completely relaxing.
It depends on if you're streaming alone, what game you're streaming.
Yeah.
On
the game, and how is how you're doing and everything. Yeah. So yeah, I clock it under work. Yeah. So let's put it that way. I clock it under work, but it's I would say it's easier to do than writing, but I would say it can be more taxing than writing. So for instance, to write something down, once you're in the writing mode, is easy. But if I sit down and I say I stream now a game, it just happens. Writing can be anything from that doesn't fit, and basically writing, the hard part is to start. Once I write. And for game is basically starting is not that hard usually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I will put it that way. And of course the result of a stream is always, I stream 2 hours and the result is 2 hours. Writing 2 hours can be double checking some sources checking for something or searching for something and not finding anything, and then writing 5 sentences but reading most of the time. Whereas for streaming, it's always 2 hours.
Once you've found the information that you're looking for, especially when you're doing research, writing is kind of the easy part.
Yeah, I mean it really, for some people it's really hard to write. I mean, I don't think there's a writer's block, for instance. One friend told me once, he talked about a writer's block, and I said, writer's block? You only have this for fiction authors, right? And he said, no. I said, I never had a writer's block, but I couldn't afford one. So for me, it's basically, if you sit down and you start to write, something will turn out on the paper. You might not be happy with it, but yeah, I don't think there's a writer's block for non-fiction. But then again, I have sometimes like, I double check or I need to find a quote or something and I can't find it, and it takes ages.
That is the worst. I was writing a paper on the mobilization effort during World War II in the United States, and I was like, there's a quote here. I remember the quote, and I know it's in one of it's in one of Ian Toll's books, and I can't remember which one it's in.
Oh yeah, and then you find out actually it was another book for another author. Usually that's the best.
Don't worry, everything was cited properly. He was given credit.
Yeah. For me, it's sometimes when I remember something and I search in the wrong book for, and then I stumble across it in another book 2 hours later, and it's like, man, my memory is so bad. So okay, the last poster. Do you play War Thunder or any other games off stream? Yeah, I play War Thunder off stream. I play Steel Division 2 off stream. I play Fallout 4 off stream. I play Skyrim off stream. What else? What is the Steam will I say? I recently even tried Hearts of Iron 4 again, but I uninstalled it again.
Okay.
So yeah, I play occasionally. I mean, it really depends. Sometimes, usually December, November, I play way more, and then sometimes I don't play anything at all. And I Grim Knights, I tried out. I bought this many months ago and played it 1 or 2 days ago. Sadly, it crashed. The Silver Bishop, I'm planning to ship out the Evolution of German Tanks white t-shirt again. Mine got ruined, I really liked it. Yes, probably. So basically, I look at how well the t-shirts do in the sales, and I bring some of them back every few EverPress campaigns. So I mix through, and I probably will make some new designs for next year. And yesterday I also saw somebody who basically stole some of my designs.
Oh.
And yeah, or some idea. I talk you off stream, and so it's. I mean, this is also another reason why I'm a bit changed my EverPress campaign strategy a bit, because yeah, some people just are rather shameless. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's also you can argue, is it my idea, is it not, and yeah. So I think that the t-shirt so far did okay, so I likely will return in one of the upcoming EverPress sales. I probably have 3 next year again. This year I planned them all in January, and I did all the designs in January, and then they shipped everything to me, and then I just did the campaigns. I try to do the same next year, and then we'll see. And these I have already are easier, because I just tell them, okay, reuse that campaign. For the new ones, basically I have to make a new design, send them, and they send me a test print, and I say, okay, that's good enough, or no, we need to change that. Because the Tank Evolution t-shirt, I think there was one of those, I think we had 3 or 4 test prints, because it was really hard to get the size correct, that it properly looked well with the thickness of the lines, or
I see.
Yeah, that was the most complicated one. That's also the reason why I usually don't put 2 tanks there, because else it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I picked up in the recent sale. I bought a Bundeswehr, and I bought another. You had me at Panzerkampfwagen Ausführung 6, or Ausführung B, or whatever, something like that. I can't remember.
The Sturmtiger one, I guess.
No, the Tiger one.
Ah, okay, but that's on Teespring, right?
No, I think it was an EverPress. Let me double check my order.
Because EverPress, you had me at, they only have the Sturmtiger, and I don't have the regular Tiger. The regular Tiger, if you had me at, is on Teespring, I think.
Oh no, I rebought the Stugleif t-shirt. That's what it was.
Ah, that one. The Stugleif with the 3 in it, yeah.
Yep.
Did you try Hoi 4 after this DLC? Yes, I did. This is actually, that's why I started, and then yeah, I was like again frustrated. And no, I haven't tried Enlisted yet, but Many Miles Away has, and he really likes it.
I think it's fun. It's not for everybody, but I think it's fun. Yeah, so I bought the Bundeswehr and the Stugleif. I get compliments all the time for the Stugleif t-shirt, by the way.
Ah, excellent.
Like I'll go to a gun show or something like that, or I'll just be in the store, and somebody will be like, "Hey, I like your t-shirt." Great. And did I tell you that one of my classmates this last semester recognized one of your t-shirts when I was in class?
Yeah, finally I'm reaching levels of fame. I mean, the craziest comment I got at the Corneo reenactment, when one guy came up and he said, one person told me you are some kind of god in military history, or something. It was something god in military history.
What?
And I said, no, I don't think so. I have a YouTube channel on this. And then he said, yes, you are. Or something. I was like, okay, yeah, if you want to call it that way, I don't know. So wait, we have another question. The informant, did you ever found something in the archives which you didn't intend to find, but still found interesting? Yeah, a lot of times. Basically the archives is you go in there, and you have like a list, and you think, oh, I really look forward to this. This must be excellent. And you look into it, and it's like, eh. Like I searched what the Germans think about the Sherman. I put all the Sherman files, and basically it's always a technical description, and usually not a single comment about it. It's not, it's bad or it's good. It's the regular medium tank of the Americans. Great! No value judgment at all or something. Yeah, and or the list, like the list, what the British called them with the Roman numerals, and then next to it the American equivalents. It is great. You made a table on this. At least you figured that out. But that's not really interesting. And then you look into something. You think, it might be okay, and suddenly you stumble across. Oh my God, this is like. I came across like something. I mean, this was an interesting one, but I came across something like, okay, I read several times that the German development in X happened because of certain experiences at the front, and then, but actually this report predates this for about a year and the previous campaign. So actually, I haven't done a video, so I can't tell you what it is. And other stuff, or like Chris was looking, I think he looked at not Dunkirk, the other Dieppe, and he found the report on the Churchill tank in there, I think. So, and he said, yeah, look, and this is the reason why I did this video, which I think was the best video this year or the second best, and a lot of times there's so much interesting stuff in there, I mean...
There's never enough time in the day.
Yeah, I mean, 2 days or 3 days ago, I found the first time in the German primary source, so a source from the war, the word Blitzkrieg. Because I read so many times Bewegungskrieg, all the time, and then I read it, and it was still from 1939 or 1940, but it's under quotation marks. And this is, yeah. And they don't call it a strategy or the tactic or something. They talk about the warfare. And then I sent this out. This was the first time I ever came across it. Doesn't mean it's somewhere else there, but as far as I know, it barely comes up. And it's definitely not a doctrine or they just use it then as a label for a war that is basically fought rather fast.
Right.
So yeah, and then for that it makes actually sense because it's a short war.
Right. Yeah, Hearts of Iron 4 taught me that wars of attrition are not good.
Yeah. You should play Red Orchestra 2. I did this, but yeah, you just because I like War Thunder doesn't mean I don't like Red Orchestra 2. And insulting a game or something generally is not the best way to make me play it, by the way. You should not forget that I'm a very spiteful person.
In other words, don't piss them off.
Yeah, that's generally not a good idea. A few people done this recently in the comment section.
Yeah, well, that's comment sections for you.
Yeah. It's
for all of the great comments that come with a comment section, there's all we ever remember are the shitty ones.
Yeah, and also people forget that you don't hear a tone in the comments, or this is the problem I think a lot of people had, because I mean also it's my fault sometimes that I read it in the worst tone possible, yeah. But generally, like, okay, this was meant as a friendly comment, or someone mentioned, I want to have a friendly conversation, and he started he said this like in the 5th comment, and I said, yeah, well, probably don't start the conversation with discrediting that I quoted Wikipedia on a certain video, which I think is still a completely valid point to quote Wikipedia for noting how many different countries still use the MG42, or basically the variant with NATO ammo.
Yeah.
Because that's a list which is probably most correct on Wikipedia probably than most books.
Right. And even then, if you're curious about where they got that from, Wikipedia generally lists its sources.
And in that case, I already knew that a lot of countries use it. Because
Right.
I've seen it in our military, I know the German military was using it, so...
I mean, there are certain things that Wikipedia is very good for.
Yeah.
There are other things that it is not very good for.
Yeah, exactly.
And people just assume that that Wikipedia is bad for everything if they're interested in history or research, and that's not necessarily true. It's when people start getting their facts about highly controversial topics from Wikipedia, then you have to start being very careful with what you're reading.
Yeah, I mean, it's an encyclopedia, and it's basically for that you look up short information.
Yeah, or getting a quick general idea of something.
Yeah.
I mean, I love firearms, but I don't know everything about them. Far from it.
Oh, I scouted that. That was basically cheating. Is he dead? No, he isn't. No, he is.
I have a question for you from the chat. A question of HP. Did the Germans know about the gyro stabilizer in the Sherman, and if so, at any point tried to replicate it for one of their own tank uses?
I don't know. I have to look up, basically, that would actually be interesting if that's in one of those reports. I could remind me after the stream, then I can actually look into this rather fast.
Okay.
I dodged that bullet. I mean, the one guy was shooting at me here.
Considering how secretive the United States was about the gyro stabilizer, that they often rarely trained their own crews to use them, I doubt the Germans may have realized that that was a thing.
But I mean, they captured some.
Possible.
So, and if they capture it and look at it, they kind of find out that that's in there, right?
It may not be that simple. I mean, it may not be that apparent. It very well could be apparent. It may be literally labeled gyro stabilizer, mark whatever. Or M1 gyro stabilizer. But at least according to Chieftain, the crews were rarely trained on them, and the ones that did use them basically figured it out on their own. So I guess if a bunch of GIs could figure out how to use the gyro stabilizer, I'm pretty sure the Germans could too.
Yeah.
But if I recall, I think a lot of that may actually come down to German doctrine. I recall reading a long time ago, I don't know where this is from, and I don't know what source this is from, so this could be totally wrong, that German crews were always trained that they must stop before firing.
Yeah, basically they noted it's noted they note for rare instances then you can drive and fire. I think it's something like that in the 477 and 476 manuals.
Okay.
One should I translated, but generally, yeah. I mean, this was the case with most. I mean, I also heard somebody ask me the question. Okay, there's the plane. That the Germans were better at firing on the move than the Soviets, and I was like, where do you have this information from? Because from all I know, you don't fire and move with a tank at all, if you can prevent it. I mean, this is also what Ralph Ratz notes, for instance, if he talks that the top speed is less important in World War II for a tank than the acceleration, because usually you stop and fire at that point.
Right.
Nice, crit
And
it.
even with the stabilizer on the Sherman, it's really not there to allow you to fire on the move. It's more or less to allow you to fire on a short haul.
So I'm basic. Ah, damn it.
I'm on your stick. I'm gonna try and get this guy.
Okay.
No. Never mind. He was too far away.
Yeah, I tried to turn around really fast. I critted again. I critted an enemy plane and then I couldn't finish it off. Fair enough. So let's take the L out. Oh wait, that is already spaded, so I take the 4 out. Do you have any recommendation on how people can research on topics like tanks, for example, without having the ability to look up in the archives? Well, you can look in all the open information that is out there, and there's quite a lot out there actually. I mean, you can also look at tank archives. Peter, he provides a lot of information that is on the archives, and it really depends what you want to research. So generally, I mean, if you look in the important books, they also provide a biography, and usually there's a lot of information out there. If you look at German tanks, I would start with the Panzerdrag series by Jens van Doyle, because they basically, a lot of stuff that's in the archive they put into their books. Hey, Chris joined us finally. Hey. Miles is a bit on the quiet side. You know, it's
is that because my microphone is too quiet, or
because I'm talking a lot? I think he's referring to that.
Oh,
Ranger notes. So a tank manual mentions firing on the move a lot. Actually, I guess it's a doctrine thing. Very interesting. I didn't know that.
It does I believe it does mention fire on the move, yes. But it's really not. The stabilizer is really not there to allow you to do much more than suppress on the move. Like, you're not going to be hitting point targets with the stabilizer on a Sherman.
What was that thing that I hit there? It was a truck with a gun.
Could be.
But it was not an AA gun, it seemed. I mean, the rate of fire was extremely low.
It very well could be one of the early Bofors guns.
Oh, who? Was this a strafing? Who killed my gun off?
The early Bofors guns have a really low rate of fire.
The question
I think it's
is
only like 120 rounds a minute or something like that.
So the question is, where is he now? Because I'm driving here, yeah, it's way too dangerous, especially.
Okay, what are you doing?
Was the kill assist on that vehicle now, or was this on... Yeah, there's something exploded.
Damn.
Anyone can identify what that vehicle was that I shot 2 times? This truck with a Bofors, apparently?
It might have been a French CCKW, or a French utilized CCKW from the US with a 40mm Bofors on it.
Oh no, that's a bigger gun. It's not a Bofors. It's a 6-wheel truck with, I guess, a 75mm AA gun.
Oh, a 76? That might be a Soviet truck.
A 75 or something along those lines. It's a definitely an AA gun. And a 6.
Yeah, I think it's a Soviet vehicle.
Never seen it before.
Yeah, Yag 10K.
Oh yeah, it's a Yak. Yeah, I read Yak and I was like, I didn't shoot at a Yak. Okay. So there's a vehicle that's a Yak.
No, not with a K, with a G. Yag.
Ah, okay. I also never came across that one.
Yag 10K. I think that's what its designation is. Believe it or not, that is actually my least favorite vehicle in War Thunder.
Oh, wow.
I hate that thing with every fiber of my being.
Do I look
Not
at...
because it's necessarily difficult to kill, but just because it's so bad.
So I'm wondering, is the enemies coming from this road or from over there? Because I think I'm too far out. Where I'm on the map. Yeah, I'm too far out. Who is that? Ranger is over there. Okay, let's join Ranger. Swedish Mad Max truck, hi everyone. Many miles away and military is visualized.
Hello.
Marcus Newman, I recall reading in the old GDR book about T-34 that they captured the first Tiger II because of firing from the move, as the German crews couldn't get to the tanks. Ah, for that it would make sense to put them to put up suppression. If you're like overwhelming them. Yeah, then it makes sense. That would also be the case when the Germans would do it. Because they basically say, yeah, it's good for keeping the suppression, but you lose a lot of ammunition. And you don't really hit anything. But for suppression, you don't need to hit much.
Right. Although the best suppression fire is accurate fire.
Of course. I mean, the best suppression fire is if you kill the enemy. Because he's definitely suppressed then.
He's not getting up from that one. Oh, okay. Summer camouflage. Nice.
Oh, I got the smoke round. Oh, these little nice animations. These are really good.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, smoke grenade research. And what did I? Ah, here it is. Purchase.
Miles, which German tank comes close to the reliability of the Sherman tank? I think Chieftain made note of this in one of his videos, where he was talking to somebody, another tank historian, and this other historian made the claim that the Sherman was not necessarily anywhere near as reliable as anything else during that period.
Yeah, he's referring to Jens, I think.
Yeah, I think it might have been Jens. But the difference was that the Sherman was significantly easier to maintain. Now, I would disagree with Jens on this point because the Americans were testing their tanks with 4,000-mile runs, whereas I don't think the Germans were avoiding trying to put any miles in their tank as much as they possibly could. I don't think that the Germans ever really came close to the same level of reliable manufacturing because they didn't need to.
Yeah, I mean, it was a complete... I mean, the difference is the Germans have a complete different industry than if you look at when the German gets developed and when the Panzer IV and III gets developed. There's quite a huge difference, and the Germans are basically okay. I mean, if you look at it, as far as I know, the discussion was, I think, between Beck and Guderian and some others, and basically Guderian wanted, I want to have tanks as fast as possible. This is a bit of an oversimplified statement. Whereas the other was, we want good tanks. We want the Panzer III and IV. And then basically they went with the Panzer I and IIs because they wanted to have tanks more fast. So they have a complete different mindset at that point. And once the war is going on, you look at this completely different. And I also read, I think, in the US forces basically had complete German tanks in case of spare parts. Basically, they have so many spare parts they could rebuild complete German tanks. And for the Germans, one Vespa broke down or something, as Roman Töppel noted, and they waited ages to get one part. And initially, I think for the Tiger at least, it's the only time I found the ratio, was that they produced one spare part for every 10 Tigers or something. And this is also the thing. So, and how big was the logistical train? For instance, the Werkstatt company and the maintenance companies or repair companies, however you want to translate them, they had different sizes depending on if the battalion was equipped with Panthers, Tigers, or Panzer IVs. And then the question is, had they more because they needed more, or was it because this is a more important vehicle that it has a higher operational rate? And so it gets really complicated to compare this. I assume that the Sherman was more reliable because it was I mean, there was standardization going on a level, I think, in the US industry that the German industry came not even close. But then there's the different way you go there. So I mean, it also the Sherman was designed in another way. The same is with the Panther, because I got some new information which I haven't done in a video yet, and if you look at the reliability of the Panther and some other aspects, there was also something Chieftain posted on the video, and I mentioned this to a German Panther expert, and he noted, wow, actually this is not, there's a bit more to it, because there was an actual order that something was changed along those lines, and so that information is actually not valid anymore. And then I also looked at, if you look at the reliability of the Panthers from the French perspective, there are also a few questions if that is completely a valid point about the final drive or not, because you need to consider some other aspects there again. So I can't go into any details here because I want to do some videos on this, but for me it's basically, we don't know for the most part, because we lack so much basic information, and in some place you can compare it. I agree that the Sherman very likely was more reliable, but the question is why in certain regards, and also how big the difference was actually then in the field, because for logistical aspects. I mean, if you look at the after D-Day video, Rommel's perspective, and you look at the amount, I mean, I didn't brought that information in. I mentioned how many supplies I think the Americans got in and how many the Germans got in, yeah. And the funny thing is, I think the author also mentioned how many supplies the British got in. And basically the British got in fewer, but they had like, I think, 20 or 40% or something along less consumption or less requirements than the Americans actually. So you could also say, okay, the Americans, a lot of stuff like, or like the Americans had ice cream in their submarines in the Pacific.
Yeah.
I mean, tell that the Dönitz guys, the German submariners, they're like, what? I'm happy if I have some water to wash myself. And then in the Pacific, oh, we have ice cream. So this is all complete.
Submarines also had air conditioning as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a complete different aspect. So for the Americans, the reliability and everything was way more important. And this is the same with, they have the industrial output, so you can afford more logistics. I mean, there's basically, I forgot how this went. You have industrial base. This is, from that base you can deploy a certain size of an army or produce a certain size of an army. And then for that you need a logistical aspect, but that is also basically supplied by your industry. So if your industry is lacking, you can decide, like, do I try to go to a short war and go to the other extreme to try to win and, for instance, reach Moscow or reach Paris? Because you can sustain a long war. Or if you can sustain a long war, you of course go for the long war strategy and say, okay, we wear the enemy down to attrition. And then you can say, yeah, in that case, you need to go for logistics. And of course, for the Americans, since they need to cross the Atlantic, they can't go for the short war anyway, because you need to build up a whole logistical system to even get across the Atlantic. So you already have it in place. Whereas the Germans basically, we don't have the industrial and we don't have the resources. So there's not much of a choice. Like, okay, yeah, we can field half the Panzer divisions and then we have a better logistics system. Yeah, but then you get stuck in Kiev. So, I mean, there might be a point there. There might be a certain trade-off, but that's the problem with German logistics bad meme, which I also in 2016 was like, okay, yeah, I found it very funny, and nowadays it's basically, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't resonate anymore because I don't think it's well anymore. So let's look at the chat here.
It's an oversimplification of the matter.
Yeah, Rob's asked, are you a video on the Panther reliability something you're working on currently? Not really, it's on the side. Basically, I collect more information on that and usually exchange some emails with somebody when I find something new and add it. I basically have now, I also found like other data, like also on the Tiger reliability and logistics in some aspects. Basically, when I do a video, I usually come across 5 new questions or things, and then I send out emails or write notes down. So,
Right.
Edward Vincent asked, what do you think of the German early war 8-wheelers aka schwere Panzer Spähwagen? I haven't looked at them yet. Really, I bought several books on them because I also filmed the Packwagen, the 234 with the 75mm gun in the Panzermuseum Munster. But I had no, and I also have the manuals on them, but I didn't really look into them. So I have
You're not able to share those by chance, are you?
No.
Okay, didn't think so.
I have some printed and I have some from the archives. There might be some also in the National Archives.
Okay.
Those I could give you.
Side topic, but this is something that I've always wondered, and I've never quite gotten a clear answer. Chris has mentioned this a couple of times in his videos. What's the deal with German copyright laws and archival material?
I mean, they recently also did some changes. Holy shit, there's a lot of fire going on. So basically, German archive laws are very strict so that you basically can't show stuff around, especially on social media. I mean, there are multiple levels there. First off, the German archive is very restrictive, and then what they also did, they provided some of their images on Wikipedia. And from what I know, they had some good and bad experiences, but they basically said, okay, we won't do this again. And they have now a service. So when I share, I specifically ask in the archive, can I send Chris these documents I photographed? And they said yes, because he filled out the Benutzungsantrag, which is the user agreement basically. So to get access to the German archives, you need to fill out this Benutzungsantrag, and then when it's granted, then you can share it. And I also do this with other researchers. I basically say to them, okay, do you have this one? And they say, yeah. And in this case, I know they are because they work at certain places. And then I share this. And then I refer it actually to the one email because it has an Aktenzeichen, I don't know, a certain identification number. And I make it ultra correct. Yeah, you don't have to do this, but I do this. I say, in reference to the following email from that date and this number, I send you this because from what I understanding, this is allowed. And most people never filled out such a Benutzungsantrag with the German military archives, of course. So if Miles would do this, I would share this as well. But then you can share the information, but you're not allowed to show a picture. But recently there was some minor change in that, but it's still like a bit complicated because you don't want to read legalize and everything else. And basically a transcript is no problem. So I generally go with a transcript.
I see. Okay, because that was... Chris has mentioned this a couple times, but I've always been kind of confused. Maybe it's my inner American.
Americans are extremely open with sharing information.
Right.
This is two extremes basically, and you have field manuals. You have field manuals that are New York Times bestsellers. I think the one on insurgency from General Petraeus, and these were and this was for Afghanistan or something. So or Iraq. I'm not sure entirely. So this is not something most other countries do at all.
And it is kind of mind-boggling to me as an American, because it's usually a case of, oh, just go to the archives. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I'm going to take this home and show it around. And that's just not the case anywhere else.
Nope.
And then you have the French, which just don't declassify anything. So we still don't know a living boatload about French industry during World War I, because most of it is still classified for some reason.
Holy crap.
Uh-oh. I hear a bomb. Ow. Well, I got 5 of them before I went down, so I'll take that.
Nice.
declassified because it's still in use. Oh, France. You're so weird. Yeah, that is a complete night and day difference compared to what I'm used to here.
I'm getting markers all the time. There's nobody out there.
The markers may not be 100% accurate unless they've got that eye over them.
Yeah, these were actually the eye markers. That is what confused me so much. I guess they're in a ditch there.
Oh, I just took out the barrel of that KV. Very nice. This guy's at like 1,600 meters or something. Oh, I got him! Pack 40 for the win! I love this gun so much.
Yeah, they were in the ditch. Yeah, the Pack 40 is really good. I find it quite interesting that the German World War II numbers for the penetration values are usually lower, as far as I remember, for that than the ones in the secondary sources.
I think it's also worth pointing out that different countries had different metrics for what they classified as a penetration. Like,
yeah,
the gun was rated for a penetration in the Soviet Union. It meant that it would penetrate, I believe it would penetrate the vehicle or that piece of armor. It was either 50 or 80% of the time. I can't remember which one it was. Whereas in the US, I think they rated it for 50% of the time. Or higher.
Yeah.
So, penetration does not mean perforation.
Yeah, and it's also, I didn't even know that, what you mentioned. And for the Germans also, they had like, usually, they give the degree, but they give it against the vertical and not the horizontal or the other way around. Yeah. So but the funny thing is Chris found it out, and he, for instance, the Luftwaffe, I think, went also different way than the army. So it was also different there. Yeah, it's like, okay.
I just nailed a Sherman on the move at like 1,200 meters.
Nice.
I'm so proud of myself.
Holy, they nerfed the Puma really. Every time I take a ditch with some water, I basically stop.
Oh, that's just War Thunder in general. I think they're mad at me.
I really like that all the frackages are now still there.
Yeah,
it really gives a tank graveyard vibe.
Yeah, it really actually feels like the battlefield was actually fought over.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well,
oh.
50.
I think I got his attention now, which is not,
up on that hill.
which was not a good idea. Oh no, I'm out of ammunition actually.
Oh, that seems problematic.
Finally got my first.
If you want documents in Sweden, they can be declassified on request, but it still depends. I mean, to a certain degree, it still depends in the U.S. as well. But we now have the Freedom of Information Act. So if something, like if the government is holding something or holding information about something past a certain period, I believe, and they haven't declassified it for some reason or another, you can put in a Freedom of Information Act request, and I believe they will do a manual review of the information and then release it to the public.
I increased your volume because somebody mentioned I should increase your volume.
Okay.
You that we mean with, yeah, I boosted you. That we meant with quiet. Yeah, Chris, next time say it. So please let me know. Keep a bit talking. So is Miles now loud enough?
Yep. Am I loud enough, guys?
I put
Let
him
me
on
know.
now 140.
That should be louder.
Yeah, definitely better to understand.
Yeah, I need to look over the Freedom of Information Act again, but if I recall correctly, you can request certain things that are classified but should be declassified. Like, for example, somebody put in a Freedom of Information Act request recently on the sinking of the USS Thresher, which was a submarine.
You're still too quiet. Holy shit, before they understood nothing. So I put you at 180 now.
Okay. So, but yeah, somebody put in a Freedom of Information Act request for the USS Thresher recently. And that was all classified material from, I believe, from the incident where it sank. And the narrative that had been told to the public and the narrative that had been told to most of the submarine force turned out to be complete lies.
So when did this happen? Because for instance,
I need to check.
Because basically, general archive law is, as far as I know, near everywhere at least 50 years. So before 50 years, nothing gets disclosed anyway.
Yeah, this happened. It sank. When did it sink?
Last post
1963.
Last post I actually bought a sprocket a few days ago for a stream, but I haven't started it yet. I installed it a few days ago, but I haven't started it.
Yeah, it happened in 1963 when it sank.
Ah, yeah.
But it had not been declassified because the government had, the tale that the government told us was not what actually happened.
Yeah, I mean, this is also a sensitive issue as well because it might still affect modern aspects.
Right, and submarine warfare by its very nature is rather secretive
as well. So yeah, and there it makes sense to classify. I mean, maybe I'm a bit different there, but yeah.
I mean, we know the general public in the U.S. knows so little about the U.S. submarine service, and that is precisely the way they intend to keep it.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, these are the guys sitting on the nukes, and they are underwater for a reason. I mean, yeah, it's like this is. I mean, I also saw like the whole controversy with the whole special forces with the Navy SEAL Team 6 and something, where they said, yeah, the information came out that shouldn't be out there. So there might be minor aspects you mentioned which give away the enemy a hint what you're doing. I mean, some argue, okay, this is basic procedure since 100 years, because there was a discussion in the comment section of one of the videos. I found it and said, yeah, they gave away this, and another one said, well, that's basic procedure for 100 years. But there might be other information. There's some minor aspects where you can actually, it makes click now, or it might actually tip the enemy off in another way because he has some other information which he can make sense of. And this is always a bit of a problem, of course, and yeah.
Right. There's another question here. Do you know why the Tiger II was produced, despite the fact those tanks won't be used as intended, and that the Germans would remain on the defensive? Well, they didn't know they would remain on the defensive forever.
Yeah, and also you need to attack basically to a certain degree to even get out of the defensive or to fight a successful defense. Because you always, to a certain degree, need to counterattack to a certain degree, or at least a counter push. And yeah, I mean, basically,
you don't win wars by sitting back and defending.
I mean, rarely there are some basic, sometimes that can happen. We could say Vietnam probably, but they also took the offensive. So Ho Chi Minh,
right?
No, Ho Chi Minh, Tet offensive. Sorry, Ho Chi Minh was the guy in the trail, but not and there's also the argument I have to look at it. I mean, from what I know, tactically and operationally it was a failure, but strategically it likely pushed the public opinion in the US far enough that they got out of the war. but I might be terribly wrong here, so I haven't. This is only my basic knowledge of that, and I will look at it at some point and clearly make up my mind or produce some scholarly from some scholars some opinions.
Shadow Tro says, "Yeah, you win wars by stealing weapons to both sides."
Yeah.
I.e., you win wars by not getting involved in them if entirely possible.
Germany was never on the defense, it was always just the delayed offensive. Would you ever or have you made a video on the development of medically and dental attached units of the hair? No, I last year did some research basically in medical stuff, and I also got several books on it. And I started to look at it. At the same time, I prepared for the German Austrians in the Wehrmacht. I take the left side, and as you can see, the Austrians in the Wehrmacht then happened about 1 year later, but I haven't picked up the other topic yet. So I will go for A. So a lot of stuff I look into, but new topics usually take longer. And the other way is, it's always like, this is one of the topics I know it could be successful, but generally it's probably not. And I'm also more hesitant and usually skip ahead and go for another topic that's more popular or sometimes more easy. For me, for instance, finding an article about Panzer doctrine and then doing a video on it, like the German general that argued against Panzer divisions in 1937 or something, that's way more easier done for me because I read the article and then I provide some context where I already know where it's written. And that's about it. For medical stuff, it's I need to read the basic article, I need to check the other articles. I might look into other stuff because I basically don't know anything about it. So it takes way longer, and the likelihood that fewer people watch it is also there. So you have always this trade-off. There's of course several videos where I say, okay, it's worth it because I need to get into this. But that's not always the case or possible. It's just...
Right.
Oh, there was somebody up there. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. There's somebody on the left up there. Oh, that's where she looked. On the hill, of course.
There's somebody on the hill here with me.
Yeah, there was something moving. I tried to scout him, but I wasn't on the...
Swedish 6-shot. Got him. Swedish Sav. I love that thing. That thing is so much fun.
Oh my god, I killed a lot of bees. Something over there moving.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Oh! Oh, he killed a T-34. I thought he was killed by one. Where did he see it?
Oh! Okay. That was... okay. That was over there. Alright, fair enough.
These fences move all, they kind of look like they're moving when I move my optics. So I always think there's some movement going on. Oh, he was killed now. Who killed him? Oh, no, that was the other one. Oh, I misclicked. Damn it.
You know, it would be really interesting to see you do a stream with one of the World War II combat mission titles.
I know, you told me already.
Just a reminder.
Stop bugging me, please.
Actually, I'm playing around with some of the German units and some of the World War II combat mission titles. They're, to me, it's fascinating to just see how all of the units' pieces fit together. And what every portion of a combat unit's role is on the battlefield.
Yeah, I still try to get the basics on that one. It's like the whole organization thing. I mean, I did in 2016 several organization videos, but I finally... So when you change actually something to get a better understanding on that is really interesting. I mean, I have to do this for the Panzer Division article I'm writing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain degree, because it's never nearly discussed. So, I mean, in the Sturmzug book, they actually mentioned it when they said, okay, we moved the two guys with the rifle grenades into the, I think into the, was it company, or I think it was, it was the platoon troop, the platoon headquarters, and put them out of the squads. So you had like one rifle grenadier basically in each squad. And then they said, no, we moved them out into the platoon headquarters and give them directly under the command of the platoon leader. And they know that, okay, this means that the squad leaders don't have to train them anymore, and the platoon leader can set the Schwerpunkt with them. Oh, there is moving.
Yeah.
Seen fast moving. And then it kind of makes sense, because okay, it makes sense for the training perspective, and it also makes sense for the combat perspective. Nice one, Ranger, nice one. Was this a locust? Yes, it was a locust. It's always good if you kill a locust in this game. So that's the least favorite tank in this game from my side, basically. I hate this thing. Because it flanked me so often and killed me. So that's the reason. I don't particularly dislike the tank.
Too.
Yeah, I dislike more how they're used in this game.
I was surprised.
Oh my god, they're taking A! Ranger, turn back, they're taking A. Behind us.
I was actually rather surprised at how many vehicles were in the Panzeraufklärungspanzer companies. The Panzeraufklärungs battalions, I think it was. Like, they would have a whole company of like four platoons of light tanks in late 44.
My position 105, Sherman 105 on A. Pardon again, sorry. How many vehicles?
It was, at least in combat mission, there was... they had a light tank company as part of the Panzeraufklärungs company.
Okay.
Or Panzeraufklärungs battalion.
In which year?
And,
1944?
Late 44, early 45, like January of 45.
Okay, which light tanks?
Panzer II Lynx.
Ah, looks, but those, were they produced were they ever produced out in series?
I don't know. But there were...
I mean, they show up in Steel Division several times, but...
It was 4 platoons of 5 tanks each.
4 platoons of 5, yeah, that 5 tanks makes sense, platoon number 5.
And they were the Lynx, not the Lukes.
Wait, this Lynx is Lux is basically Lynx is Lux in. It's just It's just
Oh,
German to
okay.
English. So that's the same thing.
Yeah. Brain fart. I'm trying to hunt down the people who killed you and talk about this at the same time.
Yeah. I finally hit the plane again. Maybe I can make a kill it this time. Yes, finally! First kill. First
Chris, are you
kill.
proud of him? Oh,
I had
yes,
so many
no.
crits.
If every man has an MG42, then you don't need a machine gunner. Let's see. There was... Yeah, but there was a company within the battalion of 4 platoons of 5 light tanks each. And then the rest of the companies were dedicated to armored cars of various types. Just a whole mishmash of armored cars.
Yeah, I mean, the question is at that point, I know that, for instance, in the experiences for 1941, about 1941, they particularly noted that they need more troops or more firepower in reconnaissance, but that was for the infantry. And
Right.
and I know from Chifton once mentioned that the Germans in Cold War actually had Leopards in their recon battalions as well. So it kind of makes sense, because especially if you don't have air reconnaissance and everything, that you actually have to be quite strong to make reconnaissance. Because basic idea is, the basic principles as far as I know is for Germans still sehen und nicht gesehen werden, to see and not to be seen. But
Right.
if you don't can get the intelligence without that, yeah, then you try to fight for it.
Right, fighting for information can be just as valuable, if not more so, than just seeing whether or not something is there.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one thing to see, oh, there's a couple troops milling around, but what you may not see is the fact that they have several concealed anti-tank guns.
Yeah, and for me, so for me, I still have no real idea what reconnaissance is in a real world sense, in how it's done in a war. It's like, yeah, I know recon is kind of what it is, but for me, like, I have a real feeling what they actually do. Although I read into this, it's like
The arcane arts of reconnaissance.
yeah, well, basically how it looks like, because some people are, yeah, you're an expert on tactics or this and that, and I said, no, I have, because if you show me footage like somebody's fighting or something, how do you do it? I couldn't tell you if it's valid or not. I mean, at certain aspects I can tell you, okay, that is bullshit. Oh yeah, I got shot by an M10 in the, I was like, I should have waited, he's probably directly shooting me in the engine, and he did.
And it's also worth pointing out that no two situations are the same.
Yeah.
Put more pressure on the enemy.
So every single encounter is going to be slightly different from the next, or totally different from the next.
Yeah, or do they follow the doctrine or not? And for me, like,
Right.
so, and here's the thing with tactics. So what tactics do you talk about? You talk about platoon tactics, you talk about company, battalion,
Right.
regimental, division tactics. It's like, how does this look like? I mean, yeah, I know you can attack in Treffenweise, where the first battalion is then followed by the second battalion or something, or Flügelweise, where they are next to each other, and all the basics. And yeah, I can talk about this, but the thing is, for me, the understanding starts when I can actually, you could say, see it. Yeah, see how it works and how it worked out. Yeah. And you have reports, and then there are 2 or 3 pages of reports, but they actually would need a whole book to make how they all interacted. Because then you say, okay, there was a problem between interaction between the infantry and the tanks. Yeah, great. What the hell does that mean? Were they not on time? Was there communication problem? And it's like there's so many details. I mean, just imagine you have like how big is a regiment? The infantry regiment, about 3,000 men, if I'm
very
not,
large.
or something. How do you all work together? And then you have an infantry guns, and then you have coordination. ideally with the artillery regiment as well. So you ideally get one battalion of the assigned for your certain mission. At least that is what I always read. But and then you combine low trajectory with high trajectory fire, or indirect and direct fire, because the Germans call it Steilfeuer and Flachfeuer. But how does this work? Also like a heavy MG uses also an indirect fire with the Tiefenfeuergerät, that they basically fire over your troops and suppress the enemy a certain area, and then you follow up. And it's like, how does this whole work out if a whole regiment attacks? I mean, how long does it even take, for instance, to get them ready, and then to move on, and then to attack, and then once they broke into the line, what they do next? I can't tell you how long it would take, or when do you start with the deployment? So when they spread out,
right? And that's one of the things I really enjoy about Combat Mission, because it's easy. It's much easier to visualize how all these little bits and pieces work together. Just because of the way that you're forced to utilize the units. You're forced to take advantage of the terrain. You're forced to utilize the unit's strengths and weaknesses to actually how they're supposed to be used, rather than where you say take Steel Division, for example, and you take, I'll just buy 2 Tigers. Well, that's not how it works in the real world. If you are assigned a unit of Tigers, a unit of Tigers shows up. Or they don't, because half of them broke down or some bullshit.
And you should not forget, Steel Division is still, when it comes to combined arms warfare, that you actually have to combine recon units because your tanks basically see nothing, and then also indirect and direct fire and all that, and infantry in certain terrain. It's pretty very demanding and really good in that regard, but still in other aspects like that, you just buy the tank, and I mean, you buy a single tank, whereas basically it's always noted you don't use a single tank alone. Generally use at least a platoon, which is 4 tanks for a Tiger or 5 for a Panther, for instance. But then again, Jens wrote something like, okay, they had new organizations where they said the platoons were this and that size, but then he said tactically it didn't make a difference. And I was like, okay, interesting. So what does this mean? They still were using 4 tanks for the Panzer Force and not 5 at that point again? It's like, oh my god.
And it also depends on how long the unit has been fighting. Have they taken losses? Like, have they had a chance to replenish those losses? Have they had a chance to replenish their ammunition? Have they had any rest? Are they tired? Are they hungry? Are they out of fuel? This gets very complicated very quickly.
And so this is the thing. This is why you look at my video and you think you have an understanding, and then you see, okay, this is why I usually say this is what was written in the manuals at the time, because how it actually worked out on the battlefield, you can hardly know, because even if you could ask the veterans, this is one guy, unless he coordinated the whole thing, unless he was the regimental commander. But then the question is, how much did he see actually? I mean, you have 3,000 men attacking. How many do you see?
The men report to him.
Yeah. So
and who survived to report to him?
This is also it's quite okay.
Maybe the company diarist was killed in the opening stages of the attack, so the only guy that's left is the guy who has no interest in.
The war diary
more than he absolutely has to.
And the war diaries are really depends who wrote them and what they wrote in, because in some cases it's just at 05 something we attacked, and we took several losses and then we moved on. Or I haven't read very many, and I think I'm mostly on a higher level, so it's not particularly detailed. You usually have experience reports that are more detailed, but they are usually also 2 to 3 pages.
Yeah.
And very rarely is there any visuals in it, because I did one on the raid tactics, and then I asked somebody who knows a lot of them, and I said, do you know any others where you have such a graphic like this? And it's, yeah, usually not, or at least not on that on a low level like that. Because that I think was basically also platoon or a group or squad level or something in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets nutty pretty quickly. It's the. Oh, you were talking about how the Germans during the Cold War put leopards in their recon companies or their recon battalions or whatever. There was a transitional period for the U.S. Army between in like the early to mid '80s, where the U.S. cavalry squadrons, and I think I told you about this, the U.S. cavalry squadrons, they took the concept of fighting for information to a whole new level.
Yeah, you mentioned this already, because they had Arabs and everything. Just a short notice for the chat, please don't try not to use certain words, because then I have to actually activate them, because the message from Edgar and from Scruff McFluff, those were both flagged by YouTube to show and hide. So please, I don't have a problem with some of those words, but generally, and then I have to scroll out, sorry.
But anyways, so what they decided was, when they were in the mid '80s, they were a lot of the cavalry units were ordered to turn in their M113s. They're like their basic M113s. And so what a lot of these cavalry squadrons did was they conveniently forgot to turn in their M150 ATGM armed M113s, on top of the fact that they kept their M60A3 patents. And then when the Bradley came in, there was a very short period of time, and the M1 came in. There was a very short period of time where you had a regimental cavalry unit made where a platoon was 2 M901 ATGM tow under armor anti-tank vehicles, 4 Bradleys, and 4 to 5 M1 Abrams. And there were, I think it was 9 platoons in the battalion of those.
I mean, 9 platoons is also. Oh, okay, wait. You have company.
9 platoons of 6 Abrams, 5 Bradleys, and 2 M901 ATGMs each.
Wait. A platoon with how many tanks?
4 to 5 M1 Abrams.
Okay, but the other vehicles were a different platoon.
No, they were part of the same platoon.
Wait, that's ridiculous.
These platoons are huge.
That makes no sense, because the funny thing is, when the Germans had platoon usually of 5 or 4 tanks in the Second World War.
Well,
yeah, but here's the better thing. In Cold War, from what I know, actually the platoon size was sometimes 3 or 4, because they already mentioned 4 is sometimes too big to command. So I was like, okay.
I got a photo here. Or a couple of photos, actually. I gotta scroll up for them.
Okay, Edward, in your opinion, what is a command tank Panzerbefehlswagen? That's basically, there's not an opinion on it, that's basically a tank usually with more radios. In early war, that meant for the Germans that they usually had a mock gun or no gun. Like you had the Panzer III Befehlswagen, which I think had a mock gun. And for instance, for the Panther, for instance, they usually had less ammunition to have more space for a radio, and they usually had more a bigger. They had like here, as you can see on the Puma, this antenna, and usually it had like these thingies away. The other antennas.
Here we are.
Scout platoon. That's ridiculous. That's 8 tanks and. I mean, maybe you have a different thing.
And that was the heavy. That's the heavy armored cavalry troop in 1981.
Wait a minute, regimental cavalry troop.
Yep.
But
they were stupid.
Wait a minute, regimental cavalry troop. Is this like the regimental HQ?
No.
But
regimental makeup.
But wait, you don't have a company in there. You don't see a battalion in there, so that might be a bit confusing.
Yeah, let me double check here real quick. I've got it in
Because I'm also confused
There you
because troop is for the British troop is also a unit size.
A troop, yeah, a troop is also a unit. I believe that is the company. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So this is a
Troop is a
company of the reg. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's still insane. Because I mean, eight tanks.
Really obnoxious.
8 tanks in a platoon. I think the German in pre-war had sometimes like I think they had at one point a size of 7 to 9 tanks, but they basically said that's too much or they don't have many. I mean, basically they define. You have also sections.
I should also point out that this was a very short-lived thing.
Yeah, I think what only confuses me is the naming because yeah, you have also sections, and basically a section would be then a German Zug, which is actually a platoon if you translate it directly, because 4 tanks makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's 2M, and the most up-to-date variation of that was, at least in the early '80s, was an M1 or 5 M1 Abrams, 5 Bradleys, 2 M901s per platoon. And then you had 9 of those, 3 to a company, or 3 to a troop, technically.
Yeah, it's insane.
And then there were 3 of those entire, 3 of those units per regiment.
Yeah, it's insane. Marcus Norman has a question.
Tank company.
Have you read Battaglione bitten um Feuer? Battalions ask for fire. The old sword book? No, I haven't. I never heard of it either.
I haven't either.
So who is not ready is one question.
No, we're all ready to go. But yeah, U.S. cavalry got insane for a while. They took the idea of fighting for information to a whole new level. Now I should point out because these are cavalry units, they are very light on infantry. Like you may have like 2 or 3 guys in the back of each Bradley, and early on they would have had Dragon ATGM launchers, which the less said about the Dragon the better. And later on, they got javelins. So, fire and forget top attack anti-tank missiles. So, basically, how much anti-tank did you want with your anti-tank?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, this was basically on the assumption that the Soviets would attack with a mass of tanks.
Yes.
And APCs.
Yes, and it was assumed that any force that we came upon was going to have armored vehicles, and a lot of them.
Yeah, basically the Soviets do a tank rush, and the US try to counter that.
Right, or the cavalry units specifically in this case, because their job is scouting or to act as a fire brigade. Kind of like a lot of the heavy German Panzer units ended up being used in late 44, early 45. They would rush to a point where they needed to hold.
Yeah.
And they would do their best to hold back. And if I recall correctly, at the start of hostilities, they were only expected to hold the Soviets back for only 24 hours.
I don't know about
priorities
that.
for call fire.
It could be. I don't know. I found it actually interesting that in official doctrine or official documents, I found the term fire brigade, because I always heard it and.
What would that be in German? Feuerbrigade?
I think they call it Feuerwehr, basically.
Feuerwehr, okay.
Fire defense. So, but yeah, fire brigade. I think it was something at least Feuerwehr, not fire brigade directly.
Okay.
Because we don't say brigade. Brigade is for us I think a complete military term, or
yeah,
or it's derogatory to a certain degree also, I think. if it's
We
outside
don't-
of the military.
Yeah, we don't call our fire units fire brigades either. We call them fire department. That's it. Or the fire truck.
Yeah, firefighters, right?
Yeah, firefighters as individuals.
Attention to the map.
Who is behind me? Oh, engineer.
How are you supposed to scout with an Abrams? It's actually, believe it or not, the Abrams is actually unbelievably stealthy. You wouldn't think so, but the Abrams is surprisingly quiet. It's actually rather, in many ways, it's actually stealthier than the Bradley.
Thank you very much. Enemy forces have captured a
Because the turbine on the Abrams in real life is actually really quiet from a distance. It's a high enough decibel level that that the sound doesn't travel very far.
And it's also really fast.
Well, that helps too.
Attention to the map. Allied forces
But
have captured a zone.
there are many cases of Abrams sneaking up on people and them not having any idea there were tanks behind them.
Need cover. Negative.
High frequency noise cancels out at shorter ranges. Yes, exactly.
Oh, I didn't know that. So I can really, Marcus Norman notes about the book, I can really recommend it as it shows the fighting in the Pripyat swarms in 1944 from the soldiers' perspective and not the Sword staff.
Attention to the map.
Might be interesting
Edward
for
notes,
certain-
there's a pre-Anschluss Austrian armored car called the ADGZ. I found it interesting, it wasn't added into the game. He was here.
There's a KV-1E near the cap at sea.
Or a lot of that. A lot of my friends exploded here. I didn't see where they were shot from. Okay, I see that guy. Okay, that's a Sherman. Problem is, okay. Can I get over there and shoot him in time? No, I couldn't. Oh, I can shoot his machine gun.
Here's a question: what was the
No.
the greatest cause? What was the greatest causality of casualties for the Germans in the early half of Barbarossa?
The Soviets?
Well, yeah, duh.
I actually
But-
don't know. I have no idea. It's a good question.
Because we always read about how the Germans started suffering like massive casualties, far more than they'd ever taken previously.
Yeah.
I wonder why that was the case.
Because they,
I mean,
but-
could have been a number of things, obviously, but
because the Soviets kept fighting and fighting and fighting. So
that's a good answer. But
I mean, there
wonder
was
if it was like artillery or just the manner at which they were going about their attacks, and the Soviet in combination with the Soviet defenders.
I don't know, but I don't think it was artillery because artillery works. Artillery can kill a lot, but artillery needs to be coordinated
yeah.
and well directed and everything. And the Soviets at that point were not particularly good at that, and were basically also overrun. And so I don't think it's artillery. I think it really came down to close combat in many cases.
That's very possible.
Yeah, I basically get killed. I drive with my anti-aircraft gun and get immediately shot down by a 110.
Must have been one of the French ones.
Yeah,
No, it was 110.
I was killed by 2 French guys, or the roundless before them.
I think they're Italian, actually. Figures it's the Italians betraying you.
Yeah, at least you're also burning. So I don't know, but it's an interesting question. But and I know that the Germans particularly mentioned, that the Soviets don't give up, and I think there's also this recently, I mean, this is probably not a regular incident, but there was I think a division commander of, I forgot, I think the 5th Panzer Division or something, or the 4th or 7th, and I think he was wounded and he was transported to the back, and I think they wanted to use a plane, but he insisted no, just drive me around, and then he was killed when they drove back behind the lines.
By an artillery round?
No, by infantry, by partisan attack basically, or scattered troops or something. And
Where to go?
can you help Ranger, because he is one of the on his 6 many miles. Oh yeah, somebody's shooting him already. But no! Oh damn it, he's dead.
I didn't realize he had somebody on his 6.
Yeah, I was too slow. Oh my god, Vengeance gets strafed by 2 in a row, and now, we salute you. He was detracked and somebody dropped 3 bombs on him.
Okay, I got the Act-9T.
Be aware there's something coming for. Ah, you're shooting him already, nice.
I messed up something on him. He's not turning very well. Oh yeah, he's missing half a wing.
One is coming in front of you. And another one. How many airplanes do they have? I see at least 3 now. And your takedown is firing as well. Yeah, you have 1 on your 6. And...
Oh, that's not good.
Do you still have the bomb on you? Yeah.
I do.
Get
Well,
rid
not
of
anymore.
those.
I'm like Hans Rudling this shit.
Yeah, he was never shot down by a plane as far as I know, only by AA.
Makes sense. People underestimate AA. I think it was like 3 of the 4 US P-51 aces, highest scoring P-51 aces that were shot down during the war were all shot down by ground fire.
I mean, P-51 also had, I think, like the Stuka water-cooled engine, so small damage, and
Yeah,
you have
same
a
with the
problem.
P-51. Water-cooled engine, and
I mean, it was also not particularly made for that kind of task.
right.
Oh, Ranger! Oh, he survived that one. Although both tracks. Yeah, now we got wrecked in this one. Oh my god.
Yeah, we didn't do particularly well.
Infoman, did the German help the American in creating the tank destroyer doctrine with their propaganda videos after the fall of France?
They influenced it.
I have no idea about that one. I would need to watch the videos and then also the US reception of that, but
I think he's referring to what Chieftain was saying about how all the US was seeing coming out of France after 1940 was propaganda reels of German panzer divisions and motorized and mechanized units with close air support, and realizing that, oh man, we need something that will counter tanks, and we need something that will counter planes.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is also they were in a real shock that France collapsed that fast. I think this is the most important thing. And then you, of course, try to figure out how it happened. So...
I always, whenever I think about something like that, to try and get the point across to people, I ask them, what would your reaction be if Russia somehow steamrolled into France and Paris was on fire, and you were seeing footage of Paris being bombed and Russian troops rolling down the Champs-Élysées? Like, people's reaction to that. And that's pretty much what it was.
I think it's very different now, because I think France was seen way more important
Oh, sure.
And for the general public and something in general also it was like, I mean, France, from what I understand, Paris was the capital of the old world, I could say. It was not London, I
Yeah,
think at that time, it was France, like the culture and everything.
the cultural capital of Europe.
And also France held in the First World War. This is
Yes,
also
they
very important to consider. They held out for 4 years. Of course, with help, but for the most part, they
carried a lot of the war on their own.
yeah, and also if you look at the American military, they are in the First World War a lot of times they had French equipment or something along those lines. So this also likely carried certain weight because everyone that was fought in the Second World War in an important position fought also in the First World War. So these guys kind of knew where they were. So this is the whole picture. So there's the question how much the propaganda footage would influence it actually, because you have the general reports and the other information. Yeah, it's hard how they look at it.
And it's also worth pointing out that going into World War I, the U.S. government had absolutely no plan of how they were going to organize their manufacture. Because up until that point, while the U.S. industry had been producing for the war effort, they had been producing under specific contracts, and they were not coordinated any more than they absolutely had to be.
Here's another very good point by Andrew to note. People also did not have a real-time use in 1940, so you would get periodic updates, and so you could go from the war was started in the West to France has been defeated without understanding what happened. It's a very good point.
Yeah, that is a very good point. Thanks for pointing that out. Vengineer is asking, are we going to play anything else to mix it up?
Yeah, we could play the Soviets.
Okay. No.
What did you have in mind?
No, that's fine. We can play Soviets.
Let me look at my presets. Maybe you want to have a bit higher. 4.3? It's still extremely low for you, right?
That's fine by me. I don't care.
Yeah, let's stick 4.3 because there I have the T-34 with the 57, I have the KV-1, I have the Yak-9T, and I have the P-8. Oh my god. I have the nuke. And I unlocked the 5,000 kilogram bomb. And I have the B-25 as well. Nice. Yeah, that's a nice setup.
Alrighty. I'm going to have to add some stuff in.
Absolute. Have you read the account by Leon de Grelle about his experience on the Eastern Front? No. I generally don't read memoirs. Very rarely. I generally prefer reading the primary sources first, and when I have a complete understanding at one point or a very good understanding, I might look into memoirs. But I generally don't like memoirs. Yeah, because
memoirs on their own are problematic.
They are on their own problematic. I mean, all sources are to a certain degree problematic. But the other thing is, memoirs that are out there, well, everyone can read them. A lot of stuff that I went into the military archives for, most people don't have access to, or the Militärwissenschaftliche Rundschau, which is lying on my table, a few issues of that, and this is where, yeah, I mean, these sometimes the works that are well known and out there are interesting, but let's put it out, a lot of other people can look at them actually. I'm trying to I try to keep to popular topics to a certain degree, but bring something new into it what other people can't, because a lot of people don't have access to the books I have because they can't read German, they can't read Fracture, or they don't have the YouTube channel or something else, or they lack the general understanding to put everything in context.
Or they don't have the slip from the archives that says that you're an okay person.
Yeah. And there's also the time I have.
Idiot.
I mean, I have so much stuff from the archives. I probably barely looked at 1% of it what I photographed.
I believe it, man.
And read probably 0.1%. I mean, I'm now organizing everything more because, for instance, today when I was in the toilet, I took the book with me and I looked through it, and then I found, oh, Here on page 138, there's Panzerschreck mentioned. I immediately put it down because at that point, because this is the second issue from 1941, Panzerschreck was still the tank terror, the people that are afraid of the tank. I mean, I pointed it out several times in the video, but it's really interesting to read it again here, Panzerschreck, and it's under quotation marks. It's really interesting. And actually here they refer to several small battles and one, yeah, it's really interesting. They talk about the experience in France. Einzelschilderungen aus dem Kriege an der Westfront 1940, 4. Teil. Einzelschilderungen, oh my god, how you translate that? Singular Schilderung, what is eine Schilderung? A shield is basically a sign, so a Schilderung would be a signing. It's basically a story, not a story, but it's an explanation, you would say. A single
short story?
Single explanations from the story, that the problem, Schilderung. I think a Schilderung is basically non-fiction. Let me think about it. Is a Schilderung? Yeah, it's more formal. It's non-fiction. I don't say you would use a Schilderung for anything that is fictional, like, and the story can be both. So
like a report?
Einzelschilderung. Let me look into DeepL, how DeepL this translate Schilderung. Maybe there's a perfect.
Engineer says, if Engineer is German, by the way, he says Schilderung is basically explaining someone or something.
The translation by DeepL is description, and alternative is view, and depiction is probably coming to the closest, or portrayal, if you take the literal one, because a shield is a sign. A shield is a sign, but it's also the shield. You see? It's and Einzelschilderung is particularly because it's how a single description, an individual description, an individual depiction from the war at the West Front in 1940.
Okay.
And then they have reports from several units, like a company or a battalion doing this and that in there.
Okay.
And sometimes there's a map. I mean, the one map is completely useless. And remind me, this is basically, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's about 9 by 9 or 8 by 8. And one is 1 kilometer long, and so the grid, and then there's so many details in there. There's at least one name for each quadrant, and then they put in all the geographical information, like the heights and everything else as well. So that's basically a huge mess of information, and I don't think there's any unit actually or movement marked in there. At least I can't determine any of it. Did we have again the question if I played enlisted? No, I haven't, but many miles away has.
That's like the 4th time somebody's asked you that today?
Yeah, I think
I think they're trying to hint that you should play enlisted.
Yeah, probably. Why don't you make a Molotov Ribbentrop Pact lineup one as the sword one as Germany? What do you mean? Lineup? I don't understand. You also don't understand the question. Okay. North or south? Idea. North or south? Oh my god, that map.
I'm gonna go south. I'll take a KV2.
Oh my god, yeah.
This high explosive is hilarious now.
Is it way stronger?
Oh yeah, because of the overpressure. If you get a penetration anywhere, like the fragments go through the hull or something like that, it will basically one-shot the whole crew.
That's excellent for my upcoming video on Tuesday. Because
sponsored video for War Thunder?
No, it's not sponsored. but it's how to kill a panther. And and they actually talk about the usage of HE against tanks.
Oh, interesting.
Which I was not really aware.
Yeah, I mean, one of the interesting things I've noticed about playing Combat Mission is, one of the things they've done in Combat Mission is they've modeled a lot of the exterior functions of the tank. So optics, radios, the tracks, like all of that stuff can be damaged and degraded over time. So if you spray down a tank with machine gun fire, yeah, you're not going to knock the tank out, but you may damage the optics or shoot the
Yeah.
or shoot the antenna off, or something like that, and degrade the vehicle's performance, or ability to defend itself.
Yeah, that's basically also what the Soviet instructed, which also comes up in the video, because they say basically here shoot at this, at this, at this with that weapon, and they matched everything from rifles to yeah, everything, big guns.
Yeah. And it makes sense too. If the tank can't see,
Yeah,
it's not really going to be able to do much to defend itself.
and
And if it can't communicate, then it gets cut off from all of its buddies, and it's easy to isolate.
yeah, and the Germans noticed this as well. They basically say, "Don't hide behind the tiger." Yeah, of course. I look, I don't see anything. I move on. I get one-shotted because he sees me. Yeah, by a pant in the front. Because it's a magnet for shots like I am in a T-34. I'm also a magnet. So which one is faster?
And funnily enough, that's kind of the strategy that you end up having to employ as the allies most of the time. If you run up against a tiger or a panther, just throw everything you have at it
Yeah.
until it goes down.
Alright, it's also what I usually do in Steel Division. We throw everything at a panther or a tiger and then it dies. Or usually when we play the Germans, it's an ice too.
Yeah.
Attack the aim point.
How many viewers are you pulling in right now?
Concurrent viewers 126.
Hey,
And you?
only like 30.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty low because on the other streams on the first Steel Division, I had 300.
Oh wow.
I mean, you should not forget I have 600,000 subscribers, okay? So
Yeah,
one,
I mean, I used to pull in about 100, but I think a lot of that just comes down to the fact I don't make videos all that often. By the way,
Yeah.
there's an archer inside the cap circle.
see?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not an
well,
archer, one of the British tank destroyers.
yeah, I kind of know what it is. I called in the artillery because I'm pretty far away from...
Avenger, that's what it is. There we go, got it.
Be aware I called artillery on this position, so don't move directly on him.
One of the shells just landed next to me.
I mean, it would be great if I do a team kill at least, so I kill at least something in this match.
Yeah, just don't do it on me.
I mean, I warned you! Oh, we are getting strafed already? I think he crashed, yeah. Did you see me getting shot by a panther?
I did, but I didn't really have a good shot on the panther.
I mean, did you see him? Because I stopped and I looked and I didn't see anything. I started moving, boom.
He was at the end of the road.
Yeah, I mean, I looked there. I looked between the tanks. I was like, there's nothing there.
Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving, I suppose.
Yeah.
This is why you do proper recon, people.
Yeah, the way I usually do recon is that I let
Drive
Chris...
forward until somebody shoots you.
No, I let Chris drive first.
Okay.
Wait, there was a
I mean,
ranging
hey,
shot.
teamwork is very important. It gives the enemy something else to shoot at.
Yeah.
Oh, that was close. They're bringing up one of those German KVs with the Pack 40. Oh, never mind.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
This is a burnout tiger. Where did you die?
Outside the town, I got bombed. And the guy crashed.
Артиллерия готова.
Oh, I follow engineer now. So I can use this burning wreckage as cover in case he gets killed.
Yep,
Oh, he is the panther that killed me, I guess.
yep. You can also drag those wrecks around with your tow cable.
Oh, really? So they are actually movable objects and not before like
They're not
fixed.
just blockhouses.
Yeah. Oh, that's your corpse.
There's an enemy tank behind you guys, by the way, on my mark. See my yellow marker behind you?
Yeah, I see it. I'm aiming now there. Is he coming for us or did he bypass us?
He's going into the cap circle.
Okay, I'm trying to get behind him now.
Oh, that's an AA. That's an AA. Let's not do that.
Attention to the map.
So the question is, where is he in the cap circle? He smoked himself. So he knows now because I moved in
Oh,
the...
he's right here. Right here.
Most of the zones are taken by the enemy.
He's around. He's on the left.
Yeah, I see him. I see him.
I'm gonna drop a couple small bombs on him.
Nice, you killed him. Thank you.
Got him.
Thank you, Ranger. Oh, I'm capping now. Oh shit, his artillery is finally dropping. Okay, move. Oh, I actually, yeah. Thanks to him, I captured something. Move out.
Attention to the designated grid zone. Расчет артиллерии готов. Well done.
That was perfect teamwork.
They're doing really well.
Thanks.
Wow, since I've flown this SU-6.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Hey, there we go. I finally killed something with the rockets.
Need backup.
Looks like our guys are about to cap A as well.
Oh, nice. There should be an enemy here. Okay, can I get a shot on him? Oh, no.
Double kill.
Somebody cover me.
Ah, no. I didn't want to do that.
Oh, that's a P-47.
The Light forces have captured a zone.
Holy shnikes.
I agree.
Wow, I get...
Oh. Get wrecked, Mr. Typhoon. Got the Thunderbolt.
Well done.
Okay. Oh, and then there's another guy. Looks like a B-18.
Oh, great. I found a German KV-1. Somebody dropped a bomb next to him. Did he die? No, you should have...
Alright, I gotta return to base. I am almost out of ammunition. 3 tanks, 3 planes. I'll take it. Venji is asking where he should drop the 5,000 kilogram bomb.
That's a good question. I don't know. Everyone seems dead there. Oh wait, I got target undamaged, so he's still living, but...
There's somebody on B. He can go bomb B.
Yeah, nuke B. Because nobody of our team is near B, it seems.
Light forces have captured a zone.
Ah, dude. I'm too old for this. I see, I fire, boom, dead. Before I'm not even sure if I got the shot off.
To be fair, unless you were in the 57, I doubt you would have done much to him.
Yeah. It's so would have nice to see it bounced or no damage or something. Instead of me just burning.
It could also be that we're on a US server at the moment and there's a delay there.
Yeah, I mean, it could, but it doesn't make much of a difference for my capabilities, I think.
I mean, it doesn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't help, that's of course.
I found that I was actually... I found this to be a problem, especially in first-person shooters, when I would play with my buddy Mike Goes Boom. He would always play on European servers, when I played with him, I would just get my butt handed to me constantly. But when I played on US servers, I did fine.
Yeah, I mean, it makes enough of a difference, I guess.
I didn't think it would be that much of a difference, but in a first-person shooter, when it comes down to reaction times,
yeah,
it really does.
I mean, especially if you get the first hit, usually then the vision is disturbed and the aiming is a bit off or something, and then yeah, it's just follow-up shots.
Yeah.
It really also depends on game mechanics. I mean, I see it here as well. If I'm under fire and the screen flashes all the time, it's way more harder to aim properly than if I'm not under fire.
This is also why I really like Enlisted, because if I'm getting shot by something, I can just switch to a different guy and then shoot the guy back.
So Norman is clarifying the Molotov-Ribbentrop bag question. What I meant earlier with Molotov-Ribbentrop club is one player chooses Soviet tanks while the other player... Ah!
Okay.
Okay, that is what you mean. Okay. And then we have the Infoman, little trick, don't take too much ammo with you if you play... Yeah, I know that one. I have some setups where I look at it and some I don't care because... I guess I'm
like
too...
the Puma, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, and for me sometimes it's like I sometimes want to play to have fun and be a bit casual and not like, yeah, there should be a mode like I'm not that hardcore.
Well, when it also just depends on the vehicles. Some vehicles, like main battle tanks or medium or heavy tanks, yeah, it makes sense because you want those vehicles to be more survivable.
Yeah.
But for something like a Puma or a light tank or an armored car, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, for the Puma, I actually went out of ammunition. Oh my god, I got a battle trophy. So we have now a loot box opening. Although it did it automatically, and let's see what I get. And it's an order AAA. I never use orders, so get reward. Oh, I got a reward. So let's repair. Or do we want to play? Or do we want to play arcade? Arcade Air.
I mean, we could. I haven't played Arcade Air in a very long time.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. I have done it at least once this year, so we could try. Do you have a ready setup?
No, I don't. I don't tend to play aircraft in War Thunder any more than I have to.
I mean, here I think I have a seal clubbing setup, right? Yeah, that's basically the air clubbing. Air Max 2.3. Ah no, Airby Mix Seal clubbing. Yeah, no, we take the other one. Which one I had? I had this. No, this. No, that's the other one. Which
I physically can't make any more. I physically cannot make any more presets.
Yeah, I have the problem as well. So no, I go back to the 4.7. Let's try it again. Maybe I can bring out the PE8 this time.
Are we doing 4.7 or 4.3?
4.7.
Oh, that would have been nice to know.
I said it before. I'm pretty sure I said 4.7.
I thought you said 4.3.
It could be, may I misspoke. You can watch the stream afterwards and find out.
I'm not gonna worry about it that much.
I only play air RB. I don't play ground RB.
Oh no, you did say 4.7 because you said the T-34 57 earlier. That was my bad.
Yeah. Maybe I said the number wrong, but I said the tank, yeah. And you probably know the RBs. I don't know that.
If that's the case,
One, what's your opinion on US anti-tank rock? Yeah, not much.
have everything? How am I 5. Oh, that's why. It's there.
Why am I researching the Kiwi 1S? It's a good question. Oh, that's the Yak 10. Okay, I see it now, yeah. Sys 12.
I'll bring the INC 152. Might as well.
Oh, they added the T28. Oh no, that's the T28 38. I was like, okay, the T28 wasn't in the game. The BT7M. Ah, yeah, I go for the. Why am I researching the KV1S? Because I can't research the KV85? Or it's still because I didn't play for so long. Well, I don't change it now.
I think because they moved it in the tech tree.
Pro Bauer, do you play RTS games like Hearts of Iron 4? I wouldn't see Hearts of Iron 4 as an RTS game. I play Steel Division 2 and I played also on stream. Hearts of Iron 4 I played again, but I'm too much of a Hearts of Iron 3 fan. And so I uninstalled it. Yeah, I'm more of the operational guy, less of the economics guy. And there are other issues.
Almost done here.
The KV1L11 is painful to see in a 4.7 lineup. Yeah, I don't think I have anything better, right? Well, I could use the KV. I could no. Oh wait, I have the KV Sys 5. Wait.
Okay.
Wait,
well, that's better than the L11.
Can you? I do unready. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, go for it. I'm still building my lineup anyways. That's gonna be better than a 57.
Or should I go with the KV2? So where do I have this guy? Oh, actually I have it here, yeah. So why I don't know. Yeah, the Sys 5 is definitely a better version.
50.
Good point. Thanks for pointing it out, Tomasz.
Bring the P47. And
do I have the Su? Oh, I have it. I have the Su 57. Where? The question is for which crew? I think I have it. I think I never used it. No, I have it for the Yak 9T here. I guess I take it instead of this one, and I pay the crew.
got
crew qualifications, upgrade. Yes, I have so many unspent crew points. Oh my god. Yeah. Gunner.
The Yak 9K got AP rounds. I forgot about that.
Weapon reloading. Why is my tank loader so bad now? Okay, apply.
I can tell it's been a long time since I last played my Yak 9K because I have got decals on it from one of the very first squadrons I was ever in.
Modification is okay. I'm researching it. Right figures. Have you bushes that you can add to your tank? No, I don't have any bushes as far as I know. You have to pay for those, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't have that. I can add. Wait, I can add jerry cans. No, not modifications. That's customization, right? Yeah, customization. Where are the cherry cans?
They're under 3D modifications.
Yeah, I can eat those. It gives an extra explosive feeling. And I probably look more like a noob, so they might hesitate for 1 millisecond more before pulling the trigger.
That's the idea.
And this might actually confuse them.
Honestly, I'm surprised that you haven't. Next time you do a sponsored deal with, or a sponsored video with War Thunder, deal just sounds wrong. They could put your decal into the game.
Oh, that's
like
possible.
Your logo into the game, and you can, and with your code, anybody who signs up with your code gets the decal.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk to marketing next time you do a sponsored video.
And that would be really nice, yeah.
Yeah, they're finally rolling it out for most of the CCs, so it should be, and they've been doing it now for a lot of the bigger YouTubers, like Russian Badger and so on.
So my company logo, basically my YouTube logo, but I can also make a selective one, I guess.
Yeah, you select it. You could select a decal. You could submit the one that you use for your YouTube channel, or if you have a different decal in mind, you can submit that one too.
Ah, I think about that. That's a great idea.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely. Thomas, so show us what else you have. Maybe even the SU-152 might be a good choice, or the KV-2. I have the KV-2. I'm not sure if I have the SU-152.
You might.
I can't remember.
I'm bringing the ISU-152, and I've played this thing so little I don't even have fire extinguishers for it.
I bring the SU-57B. Oh wait, I'm not sure if I played it, but yeah, I think I set up the ammo distribution. I think I brought it before.
Hey, Fire Raid, how you doing, man? Oh man, that little thing.
Yeah, we are basically the exact opposite with Engineer. Yeah, I have the very small. Go away.
Oh, it's a cockroach R3.
Oh, that's a KV-85. Yeah, that looks like a weird mix between a KV and a IS.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like if you walk in a foreign country behind Dutch people and you always think, oh, they're British, and then no, they're Germans, and then yeah, I guess that's okay. I'm reading now because I'm next. I guess I could use this carcass cover if I'm fast enough. Attached tow cable? No, I don't.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
All right, they changed this. They changed this sniping spot.
Is he dead already? Yeah, he's dead already. Great. I see a lot of trees, grass, and bushes.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And now I give away my position.
I'm not having much luck.
I mean, the good thing is I didn't die because behind me also a tank died. So I'm surrounded by burning carcasses. Okay, there's the tree drop. There might be something
Benji
there.
needs help.
Where is he? There's one guy basically in the enemy line. I can't help it at all because that's Ranger. And Wedgie is next to you, I think.
Yeah, I'm pulling him back from a cliff because he didn't have an engine.
That guy is also dead, or is there something else burning behind him? Yep, he was dead. Did somebody drop a 5,000 kilogram bomb?
Ranger's bringing one.
So I basically survived by doing nothing, I guess. Why is this tree still there?
Sometimes that's all you gotta do. No, Engineer, it's not, the decal isn't necessarily a content creator thing only. It's also done for YouTubers that are really large and can bring, or sponsored videos, that can bring, a lot of attention to the game. And I think, Military History Visualized does fall into that category. I'm pretty sure if Chris asked as well, he could get the same thing done. Because I already have I've had my decal in the game for a number of years now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was one of the early tester CCs that they did with it.
You never told me about it, right? What I'm doing now is really
it ever
stupid.
Came up in conversation. Yeah, I don't think it ever came up in conversation. So I may have thought that I had told you, but I guess not.
Hey, I have more points than you.
Yeah, you did. Because I haven't done anything.
Yeah, I haven't done anything neither, but at least I was somewhat near the front line. Oh,
now I'm in the front line.
Who did shoot me? Yeah, I'm burning. Okay, I'm shot from here somewhere, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, neither do I, so...
Oh, he shot me with the EPCR. That's the reason why it took so long. So he's probably a noob as well, because I don't think I'm particularly well armored.
Yeah, he's either a noob or he
intentionally tortured me. Well, what do you mean?
He's out of ammunition.
Oh, that could also be the case. Yeah, a good point.
Well, he's dead now.
Nice. Thanks for avenging me.
He got hit by a shell that was bigger than his fucking engine block. And I think there's a Chaffee trying to shoot me in the butt.
Actually, keep those words a bit down, because this video is actually monetized, I think. Not that I get problems.
I was unaware. Oi!
Yeah, I also usually don't think about it, but now, since the frequency was that high.
Bye, Sherman. I also don't bother monetizing my streams because they generally get copyright claimed anyways.
No, I don't have this problem.
Well, it's mostly because I play music in the background.
Yeah.
Even if it's game music, it sometimes gets copyright claimed, so I just don't bother.
Yeah, my music is too low. I only have game music. Oh no. Yeah, I was like, I think there might be somebody there. Jagdpanzer 4. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have spotted even if I looked. I think we should play battle rating 2 or 1. That's about my skill level.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah, we do arcade level 2 or something, where we have, and we play with the Russians, we bring out the lag free. If it's still that way, these are seal clubbing murder planes. Have you tried an aircraft laid magnetic mines against ground vehicles? Have you tried? You mean hurt? Do you understand that? Have you tried an aircraft laid magnetic mine against ground vehicles?
Yeah, he's referring to a couple of the a couple aircraft, especially at the lower tiers. Naval aircraft can carry naval mines,
Oh!
and he's asking if you've used them as bombs.
No, because I didn't know they're in there. Ah, somebody mentioned the IL-2 is also pretty strong for things. Even aircraft-laid magnetic mines can become bombs. Oh, I'm following you right now. Ah, yeah. I guess I jinxed it. What did hit you? You
Thanks.
disintegrated. What did kill you?
A D-13.
Yeah.
I'm all dead. I'm out of vehicles.
Yeah, me as well. Oh my god, Ranger is taking off with a P8.
God, that thing looks like it's about ready to stall.
Sorry.
Oh.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Yeah, he's... Major destruction.
Yes, Wraith Lord, I did hit a tree, and this time it wasn't actually my fault.
Yeah, you hit the tree when you're already a fiery furball or a fireball.
Yeah. Why is it?
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
I don't know if it's displaying this for you.
Hmm?
But if you look at his stat card, does it say bomb CCIP/CCRP
Yes.
on your screen as well?
Yeah.
Why does the PE-8 have CCIP and CCRP?
What is that?
Continuously computed impact point or continuously computed release point.
Oh no,
Those
oh no! Drop, 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 drop! Oh shit, no.
That's a bombing computer for modern fighter jets.
Okay. No, he never could drop the bomb. I'm very sad now. It was so
This
close.
explains a lot, actually. I was not aware that the Russians had CCIP in 1940, 1943 when that thing was designed. No, it was pre-war. I'm pretty sure, actually.
Judgmental
Secret
pleb.
Stalinum.
I wonder if he hacked. Somebody claims that the leader of the enemy team or the number one leaderboard is hacking. Did you notice
That's
anything?
possible. No, not really. I did have somebody who was hacking the other day. Shoot me down, shoot me across the map,
Nice.
and shoot several people through buildings they couldn't have seen through.
Okay, you can shoot through buildings?
Some buildings, yes, you can shoot through.
Ah, okay, because I tried several times and never mentioned it.
It's like huts. Like solid European-style buildings generally.
Oh, wow, that was nice. Oh, that was wonderful. What timestamp do we have? That might be the screenshot for that stream. That was amazing. So let's do some everyone in the squad go for a C clubbing. So I need to look what I have on stream. So I have the I-16 Type 18, the Lag 323, the SB2M103, the Lag 38, the MiG 315, the SB2M100, and the BB1. And you select arcade air battle, please, as game mode.
Okay. So 2.0 battle rating is what you're saying?
2.3.
2.3.
But for wait, actually switch the mode to air Yeah, arcade, because the battle ratings changed there, so maybe it's a different one.
I did.
But it's still, for me, I still read ground
Oh.
realistic.
That's because in the bottom right-hand corner, you have your tech tree set to ground realistic. If you set it to auto, it will switch your battle ratings to whatever mode you're playing.
Where is it set? Sorry?
Open your tech tree,
Yes.
and then the very bottom right-hand corner.
Ah, yeah, it is auto.
Okay, then you're already set. You're good to go. It's just that people are setting up their lineups.
But it's here, it's... yeah, okay. Okay, no. Okay, it's 2.7 actually, it seems.
Yeah, somebody's got a 2.7 in.
No, take the MiG out. The MiG is apparently 2. It got a higher rating, so let's take something else. I think I take you. I take another SB2M or... No, I take another I-16. Yeah.
The premium P40 is 2.3. I'll take that.
Qualifications. Secondary weapons. Are these rockets? These are rockets. These are also rockets. I purchased them. Yeah. Guess favorite. Added some stuff since I played them the last time, I guess.
They've added a lot since I've last played this tier.
So 2.3, everyone?
Engineer took off, by the way.
Oh.
He had to go to bed.
Fair enough. So 2.3, Ranger, are you ready?
Yeah, it looks like he's ready.
Perfect. Then let's jump in.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I saw your ready indicator and assumed it was his.
Edward, what do you think about the L2 in the game? I think I would live up to its reputation. I have not enough knowledge about the L2 to make any statement how it's represented in this game. Sorry. But is it German like most of us watching? What? Is it German like most of us watching?
What?
Yes, I think the majority of us are German. Yeah. I don't think so, but it could be. I don't know.
I mean, it's the afternoon around the time that people are getting off work here in the US, so there could be a lot of US people watching.
Yeah, because here in Germany and Austria, it's 1 o'clock in the night. I guess that's the reason why Engineer went away.
That's also probably why there's not many people watching, because most of my viewers tend to be European. Which is strange to me.
Yeah, kinda is. I mean, currently we have 103 concurrent viewers. So we are getting the highest, I think, was about more than 150. I'm not sure I can see it concurrent. Yeah, the max, it seems. Yeah, this must be 150 on the scale. It was 160 or something. 2 times we had a peak. The Infoman, why did the German Self-Propelled get more heavy in time, but the US tank destroyer were much lighter than more, while the same force Germany had 4 early tank counters? Well, I mean, one thing is that the US ones, I think, and I think I said this on Max stream, and then Chieftain actually backed me up. So a turreted tank destroyer is more expensive than a casemate, yeah, a non-turreted or a casemate one, and
yeah,
and it's also easier to produce a casemate one. So one question was definitely a money one, and then the Germans also used their experience. I don't know how much was the US tank destroyers based on experience actually.
It was a brand new concept. They were working from scratch. They weren't working off of anything that they had done previously.
And the Germans figured out, okay, we need more armor because that seems to work.
And it's also worth pointing out that a lot of the tank destroyers Germany built were built upon captured hull and equipment, where fitting the appropriate guns that they wanted for tank destroyers wasn't going to work.
Yeah, I mean,
Like you're not gonna fit a Pac 40 onto a Panzer 38T chassis and put it in a turret. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna fit.
and it's also a good point. You had a lot of tank destroyers, Panzerjäger, which like the Marder series, which were already light ones. So it makes more sense to go for the heavier ones if you have already light ones. Because also if you look at the headsets, also basically on the side, and it's also quite a light vehicle. So
Right.
so you could say, well, I mean, there are Marders and the others can't. I mean, there's so many Marders. So was there any other tank?
I'll need you guys
destroyer?
to ready up again. I need you guys to ready up again. It tried to put us into a game and failed.
Ah, that explains why it took so long. Okay, ready? I'm ready again.
Okay.
Okay, it's not.
You were saying.
It's getting night now. So that's actually a question. I mean, if you look at the Jagdpanther and the Jagdtiger, but those were special ones. Because the Jagdpanzer
Right.
4 was the regular one. I mean, I pointed this out, I think, in my Jagdpanther video, where I specifically quote the manual where the Jagdpanzer is mentioned, and then the manual for the Jagdpanther, where they said, okay, this is a weapon of the höhere Führung, of the higher command.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Jagdpanzer 4 was for the divisional anti-tank units. The other one was core army level or German army level. So here, Armeetruppe and Heerestruppe, it's great because Armee you translate with army and Heer also with army. So army in small, army level small for the army, for the formation, and army capitalized for the whole German army. So let's get in. Stealth ammo. Oh my god, I'm not sure if I can still fly this, but now we have markers.
It has been so long since I've done this.
Yeah, just cover me.
No guarantees, but I'll try.
Climbing up and then.
Yeah, it would make sense for the heavy German tank destroyer units to be at a higher assets of a higher level, because you don't want that sort of thing being just carted around everywhere to every little potential emergency that every unit has.
Yeah.
'Cause everyone's gonna want them.
There's an enemy going very high. So ideally what we achieve is we take the high ground and then we dive down on our unsuspecting enemies and kill them off all the time. So this is our first target probably, because he's the highest fighter right now.
Yeah, P-36. Oh, he's gonna get wrecked here.
No, he survived. Go on, get him. Yes, very well done. So, and now for the SBD.
See if I can get this SBD.
Nice.
Well, we
Oh,
got each other.
Destroy the target. Engaging the enemy. Roger that.
Ignore my markers on the ground. I'm selecting different targets, and I usually keep my spotting button as the same button I use to lock onto targets.
what's a B3C? Is that a Swedish one?
I think so.
The 109? Well, yeah, he got him.
Excellent. Thank you.
So much for seal clubbing. I haven't fired a single shot so far.
Roger that. Attacking!
I don't have any flight control surfaces anymore.
You survived?
Yeah. Well, for now. I'm somehow still alive. Oh my god, how the frick am I still kicking? Okay, now I'm dead. I was being shot up by like 5 or 6 enemy planes. I have no idea how that worked. Alright, time to take out this tandem mine. Let's see what we can do.
He never saw what was coming for him. Reload. Oh, a console player! I don't know, I need to relate the cannons before I do that. Oh, Ranger is going for him. Nice! And he also killed the Yak. Nice.
Thank you very much. Attacking.
What are you attacking? So where I am... Okay, here's the spawn.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Well, that's not going well. Alright.
BB-1 is a rather strong plane from what I remember, ground attacker.
I have not played this in so long.
Yeah, that was a bad, extremely bad move from my side. Changing
Yeah,
targets
that's
all the
right.
time. Okay, let's get low enough that he can't use his... Okay, got him.
Very nice.
Engaging the enemy.
Ah, that thing! That is an AI. I was like, where is the bomber? What is a BR 693 AB2?
I do not know.
It has 2 engines. Wow, and I almost rammed him.
Oh, watch it. You got an F2A Buffalo on your 6.
Oh shit!
Brake left and come back towards me.
Affirmative, braking left.
Yep, just keep going that direction. Ah, damn it.
I hear a Stuka or something.
Yep. I'm on him. Got him.
Thank you. Reloading. I should have reloaded earlier.
Yeah, somebody has a B3 Stuka. This P40 is kind of a monster at this tier.
Yeah. I think it can take a lot of punishment, and also it has 6 machine guns or 4?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, 650 cals. It's pretty deadly at most levels.
Thanks.
Nice. Ranger on your 6. Woo!
Oh! Two of those guys collided.
I almost collided. Are the others collided actually?
I'm gonna reload my machine guns. I forget you can do these things because I'm not used to
Yeah,
having
yeah.
that capability. Oh, Ranger just got shot down by AA.
I took revenge. I killed 1 EA. Yeah, just strafe ground targets and we win. Ah, that's a light pillbox. You can strafe that one.
got the final blow.
Woohoo!
Ah, suck it.
I'm 9th team, not particularly high.
Ah, I got 8 of them. Jesus.
It seems our audience doesn't approve of AB. But at least we are getting less viewers now. Oh,
It is also very late.
I forgot to. Let's do one more and then call it a night, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I didn't look at the result. Can I see that? No, we don't see where everyone placed. You were.
I think you had 3 or 4.
Yeah, but I was only 9th place. What place were you?
It was like 2nd or 3rd.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for ages I didn't do anything because I was playing too conservative. I should have. Yeah, it's always with RB. Either you give full in and it's one like head on kill, or sometimes if you have the sweet spot you kill like 10. So I was not aggressive enough, because then when once I got in, I did okay-ish. I would say I killed 2 or 3, yeah, and I didn't lose any planes. So ready up, everyone, and let's go.
Alrighty.
The good old Air Arcade days. That's how I started War Thunder.
Oh, we kind of all started War Thunder.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, some people came in when there was ground forces already in there. For me, I played, I don't know, a few years before ground forces was ever introduced. Oh, this one, okay.
Same. I joined the game in September of 2012.
I think I was 1.21 or 1.23, I think was the version.
Yeah, you may have joined before I did.
I think.
The earliest patch I remember was 1.25.
Yeah, I think I was slightly before that. I mean, back then you had like 20 tiers and you unlocked everything once you reached the tier. That was so amazing. Like, you get 9 airplanes at once, or they added new airplanes and you suddenly got 20 new ones which you unlocked previously.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I think I got up to level 16 or 17 before they changed it. I wasn't very good at the game, and I didn't play it all the time. Believe it or not, I actually liked World of Warplanes more than War Thunder.
Really? And how did it came up that high level then?
Because I started playing a shit ton of War Thunder with one of my buddies. Funnily enough, he's got his own channel now that just does Australian jokes. Because he's an Aussie. Oh. You know,
no, that looked amazing. That looked amazing, that fireball. I mean, the animations, they improved everything so much.
Oh, yeah. This game is night and day from when it started. Like, if you showed me War Thunder today, like what War Thunder looks like today compared to back then, I would have been so jealous.
Let's kill a broken fighter.
Oh, yeah. I remember the days of the broken fighter.
Yeah, when it outturned the 109 and everything.
I remember outturning Spitfires with it.
Oh shit, there's another one. There's an enemy there. There's another fighter behind us. Can I kill him before? Yes, I did. Oh, it's... What is that? That's the...
Oh, it's a PBM Mariner.
No, 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 no! Dive, dive, dive! Speed!
Oh, okay, that guy crashed.
Shoot him down, shoot him down. Thank you. Thank you, Ranger. At least I reloaded this time. Oh, a lot of fire coming from the...
That's a KI-10.
Okay, finally. I was like, I don't hit anything.
I'm not gonna.
Can't kill the patrol boats with my gun? I guess I will find out.
Oi!
If I
Just
actually
took
hit.
out my prop with his wing. All right. Oh, lol.
Whoa! That was close.
I just shot down 2 planes without a propeller.
Nice! There's no achievement for that yet, right?
If there is, I probably got it before.
Where's the enemy? Oh, it's him. P20.
I've been playing long enough, I
P26.
would hope I'd gotten it before.
Oh, I have a water leak. Does this change anything? Does it kill my engine in the arcade? You don't know.
Maybe, maybe not.
Is he?
I gotta get out of here.
Where there's another one close. Oh yeah, he's coming. Are you coming for me? Or are you going? I guess I go for you. Well, I think I wenched you. But yeah, the K10 would have gotten me. I guess. So which one is next? The like 3. 8.
Thank you very much.
Red Cobra. Okay, I denied you before. Edward, sorry. Yeah, adding me as a friend in War Thunder. I did this before. The problem is I don't know who you are anymore. So I have a lot of people there, which is basically like extremely confusing to me.
It's also why I don't generally accept friend requests in War Thunder, because I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if you really want to interact with me, I have a Discord channel. I have a public Discord that you can join and you can hang out.
Yeah, in my case it's not, I don't have a public Discord, but I'm generally overwhelmed also by...
You've also got a much bigger community than I do.
Yeah, and requests and everything, so... I mean, I even have people I talk to and interacted for a while. I added them on Steam and then... I don't know who they are anymore. After a while. It's like... Oh, somebody killed my prop. Was this you? Oh, no, 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 no! Woo, that was close. Where is the airfield?
Took off my elevators.
Great, great. Okay.
So we screwed each other.
Let's bring that baby down for the motherland.
I have to bail out here.
I mean, there's a nice road. Whoa! Machine gun stopping, or can I? Oh, is this the road? Where's the road going? Okay, that's fine. I really like the sound. They really improved the gun sound. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, that's not. Okay. I'm still too fast. I feel too... Yeah, okay, that was not what I wanted. That was... But yeah, any landing you can walk away from. And my car is getting strafed by Binford 35. I guess I take the eye. Let's take that one. That should be better. Oh, with rockets. Okay, which button is rockets?
R, generally?
No, R does nothing. Okay, it's 4. Avenge
my own.
He molested my carcass. Kill him.
Come here, bit. Got him.
Nice, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, apparently you can't reload rockets with R when you haven't fired all of them.
Yeah, I think you have to fire them all, and then it'll start reloading.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Ah!
Oh my god! I mean, it looks so amazing. Hello, Ranger! Da-da-da-da.
Oh, I think that's game.
This time the enemy has proven
Rogue Wave, what is that? Rogue Wave?
Rogue wave.
What is that?
Well, in real life, a rogue wave is a giant wave that comes out of nowhere and kills you.
Okay, but what is it
when
in
you're
game?
sailing.
Destroyed the most AI ship units, okay. Yeah, perfect. Ranger was first. Kriegsvogel, who I don't know, is second. Kriegvogel, yeah. You were third and I was fourth. Fair enough. I mean, let's say we carried it. Especially the enemy has the best of 6 kills. So I think this was a final match, a final match, and let's take a final look at the chat. Noobster, guess it's good luck time for you. You damage the people's properties to save your capital skin, lol. Okay, show, because Northern, who is Northern? Because it seems he's an approved user or a big channel, I don't know. If that, oh, are you a supporter? If you're a supporter, thank you very much, because yeah, you have a special mark, but I don't know why. There could be 3 reasons for that. Either I made you a moderator at one point, but I don't know. You're a big channel, which is, or you're a supporter. So
Is it a check mark?
it's a check mark.
That means that their channel is partnered, I believe, with Twitch.
But
Well,
I'm
on
in
site.
YouTube chat.
That means they've been approved by YouTube.
Oh, okay, so it's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay, who knows?
least
You
on
might
the
replace the engine midair. So hello, Northern. Did the German army knew about the US tank destroyer doctrine? I don't
They
know.
figured it out pretty quickly once we started shooting at them.
Yeah, probably. Sigurd, have you dug a hole yet with the self-entrenching tanks?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Several tanks got bulldozers, and you can actually use them now to dig your own fighting positions.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I didn't know you had terrain manipulation in this game already. Nice.
They only recently added it in the last few patches, so.
I need to check that out at one point.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Ranger of notes, thanks for inviting me. That was really fun. I'm not gonna lie, I missed those corners of warfare that I don't usually touch. Good night. Good night. Thanks for joining us. Northern notes now it's verified on YouTube, which means absolutely nothing. Okay. So hi Northern. Northern.
Oh, Northern. Yeah, I know Northern. I don't know him personally, but yeah, I've seen his channel.
Okay, what does he do?
I've seen him play with Fly a couple times, I believe.
So War Thunder and other games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a number of things. Yeah.
Northern is the biggest streamer for Arma 3 on Twitch. Oh, okay.
Yeah. War Thunder, Arma. Yeah, I've seen his channel a few times. How you doing, man?
So, I guess, well, so thank you everyone for joining, and also thank you to many miles away for joining.
Appreciate you having me.
Welcome, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, for all 20 people. I think everybody on my stream is left now because it's just so late.
Okay, then everyone, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.